Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Petrock Meets. This is episode 2, and today, or tonight, this evening, this morning, wherever you're watching from, whatever time it is, we have some of the committee from the British Tarantula Society joining us, which is absolutely amazing. This stream is going to absolutely rock. We've got giveaways, we've got a game, we're going to chat all things BTS, including the lectures and the show. So before I carry on jabbering, I'm going to get Jerimie up on screen with me. Jerimie from Jerimie's World, my amazing co-host.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. Busy day at work, but here we are.
But you're all right. You're all right. You're here, and that's the main thing.
Doing good.
And thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate all the help that you give me. So we just do a quick hello to the chat before I bring the BTS committee on. They're all sitting backstage like,
Eager to jump on.
Yeah, really quickly, let's have say hello to Tin Free. Now that is my husband. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, baby.
And then we've got Jay, the Spider King. Hey, Jay, how are you? Chris's, is it Chris's Zoo on Wheels? That's an awesome name. Zoo on Wheels. I like it. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I don't think there's many. Oh, no, hang on. Wait, the numbers just jumped up. It was said 9 a minute ago, and now it's on 16. So that's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's really good. We also have Andy Balfour Town. Hello, Andy. How are you doing?
Hello, Balfour Town.
We've also got Diana. Hello, Diana. Been a long time since we saw you. How are you doing? And then Chris has just become a member. So let's play him a jingle. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Here you go. This is just for you. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Make sure that you go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and find my Facebook group. If you can't find it, then just message me and I'll add you to it because that Facebook group is just for members. Yeah, that's all the secret stuff goes on there. And then we got Phil. Hey, Phil, how are you doing? It's good to see you. What? Jill's here. Hi, Jill. It's good to see you. Who else have we got? Quick. Say quick. I'm sorry if I missed him. Oh, can't miss Francis. Hello, Francis, dude. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh, and missed out Marie. Hello, Marie. Thank you for joining us. Now, if I've missed anybody, I do apologise. We will try our best as the chat grows to make sure that we give everybody a shout out because you are all important to me. Obviously, you're my viewers, you're my subscribers, and you absolutely rock. So with that done, let's get on the BTS committee. First up, let's go with the deputy chairman, and that is Ray Hale with his wonderful wife, Angela.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
Very good. Very well.
It's good to see you. It really is. And we'll be seeing each other in person soon, won't we? So, and then next up, we've got Mark and Kim, the amazing people that do the lectures, organising it all. Fantastic stuff. It really is. And we're going to be talking to them loads about it. Go on. Am I chatting too quick? I do talk a bit quick, I do. And then we have, of course, Martin Nicholas. Hey, Martin, how are you?
Hi, guys. Nice to be here.
No, that's all squishy. I go away. They've changed so much on here. I can't comment. That might bring it. That's better. That's better. Sit, tap it. Yeah. We have to get a hammer.
Just give it a couple whacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So first and foremost, then, does everybody know the British Tarantula Society? Now, if you don't and you're in the hobby, then you're crazy. Jerimie has just popped the link there to the BTS Facebook page. Now, you may need that a bit later. As one of the giveaways, you're going to have to do a few things. Nothing at all that's difficult. But, yeah, keep your eye on the links that come through into the chat. So Chris has said I should be in the Pet Rockers group. Used to be. I'll have a look, Chris. I'll check for you. Don't worry. I will have a look and check. So how is everybody? How are you all?
We're good.
Do you want to introduce yourselves just to people that are maybe in the chat, may watch this back, who don't know who you are? Because I mean, myself, obviously I knew the BTS, but I didn't know you guys as such. You know, it was just that it was the BTS, but you don't know who the people are behind the scenes, the very important people, should I say? The VIPs. That's right, Mini Rock. So let's start with Ray. Go on, Ray. Give us the download of who you are.
Okay, I am the vice chair of the British Tarantula Society, and along with Angela, who will introduce herself, we have been keeping tarantulas for 42 years.
Ooh.
We've been married for 40 years, but we've been keeping them for 42 years now, since just before we got married. I also, with Angela, we organised the British Tarantula Society exhibition, which I'm sure all you guys come to, the biggest show of its type. And we are busily working behind the scenes to organise this year. So we now keep quite a few tarantulas, not as many as you guys do, I dare say, but in our time we have kept thousands and thousands of tarantulas. As you get older, your collection gets smaller.
Yeah.
but that's me.
That's you. That's it. And what about you, Angela?
I'm the secretary of the British Tarantula Society. And how long have we been?
Well, we joined the BTS in 1987.
Yeah, so sometime after
just
that,
after Mark, I
became
think.
secretary. As Ray said, we kept and looked after tarantulas for over 40 years. I used to work at a zoo. I'm sort of semi-retired from there now. Still go back to do encounters and stuff for them, and phobia courses. So if you know anyone that's got a real phobia, then send them over to us.
Yay! We know who to call then.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt and just say hello, my dad, who has just commented. Hello, Daddy. How are you? Bless him.
He's probably thinking that fella's nearly as old as me.
He'd be right.
Well, no, I don't know. No, I don't want to say how old my dad is, not live on screen, but because he might, smack me.
I'm probably
a bit younger than Ray.
A bit younger than Ray.
So I do most of the looking after the spiders now. Ray doesn't worry. He hasn't done any of the keeping. I do that just because I need.
You do it all.
I do it all because I need to keep them for the encounters and writing. We do a lot of other things, photography and stuff, but we're very busy.
We decided to retire, and now we work harder than when we were at work.
Yep, I bet.
We're doing stuff that we love. So.
Yeah, exactly. So who wants to go next?
Mark,
Kim.
Come on,
Kim. He pointed at you, Kim.
What was you doing?
Nothing. I was pointing at Martin, but it was the wrong way. First of all, Martin, are you in the hotel room?
Yes.
Ah.
Oh.
I could just see a couple of ladies of the night in the background.
You see them sneaking off.
Jill's on this call, you know.
It's not a very big room. Are you sure that's not a cell?
It feels like it.
Too funny. Too funny.
Go on, Martin.
Go on then, Martin. Go on.
Oh, me. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Go on.
Right. Hi. Good evening to everyone. Really, real pleasure, and thank you to Amy for inviting us on today.
You're welcome.
I'm Martin Nicholas. I've been on the BTS committee for about 22, 23 years now. I look after the business part of the BTS, so I look after the merchandise, and I'm also the PR manager for the BTS. So if awkward questions come in from newspapers or TV companies, they tend to get funneled through me, and I fumble my way through them to try and persuade them that the tarantula is not responsible for the death of this particular person / /cat, whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and usually in the summer, everybody gets asked about this, and everyone gets asked, so the false widow, will they kill you? So that's my usual thing, and I have a few stock answers for that. With regard to spiders, which is obviously what we're doing, I've been studying spiders in the wild for about the last 30 years or so. I've been to 4 continents: Africa, South and North America, and Southeast Asia. And I've worked in some of the most remote bits and the most interesting bits of jungle that there are on the planet. And like a few mediocre scientists who get a lucky break, I've also worked on television. I've had my own series on US television. I've worked on several things for the BBC, Discovery Channel, ITV, and National Geographic.
And was you not on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I try not to talk about the Netflix thing because it was so bad. It's an awful program, and I cannot recommend it, even though I'm in it. Actually, because
not at all.
Yeah. And most recently on GB News about a month ago, but we don't talk about that either.
You don't talk about that one either. Okay, we won't talk about that one.
We've all done a bit of the GB News as well.
GB News, been there.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Okay, Mark.
Cool.
That's about it for me.
Oh yeah. Last but not least, the youngest of a lot of them. So me and Kim, basically, we've been organising the lectures for the last 20 plus years. I think it's the 23rd lectures. I've lost count, to be honest. It gets more and more difficult every year trying to find guest speakers, and the committee quite often stumps up and gives great talks because we have a great background in the whole committee. Obviously, the likes of Martin, who's travelled quite a lot, and I've been fortunate enough to have him travel with me, and I've been fortunate to travel with him. And obviously Ray, who lectures all over the place and recently been lecturing out in Indonesia and Papua New Guinea and stuff. So we've got a great pool of guest speakers, but we try not to blow our own trumpets as best we can. So we do try to get others in, and this year we do have quite a good speakers with Astrid Leroy. If you're not like Ray, we were talking about this earlier on, and Ray quite rightly said, if you don't know Astrid, you ain't really been in the hobby. He's a living legend, and we're very fortunate to be having her live stream from South Africa for us.
That's amazing.
I think Ray will explain a little bit more about her later on because he knows her quite well. We also just got a surprise guest as well. Tamas Pap from Chester Zoo. Yeah, he's doing a talk on conservation, arachnid and invertebrate conservation in Chester Zoo. So it's going to be a good one this year. Like I say, we've been organising that for a while. Myself, I've been keeping spiders since the very early 80s. I was a complete arachnophobe, and then Kim, who was working as a hairdresser at the time, said one of her clients had a spider. We went around and had a quick look at it, and that was it then. Basically, about 3 weeks later, I had about 50 spiders, and that was the beginning of a great adventure. So it was Kim's fault.
No, the beginning of the addiction, you mean?
Yeah, it's Kim's fault.
Why did I ever introduce him to this guy that I do not
You regret it now.
Kim regrets it quite a lot. But to her bonus, I've spent a lot of time away from her traveling around the world, so she does get a lot of freedom from me, which is quite good.
Yeah.
But, like I say, yeah, we've been in the hobby a long time, and we're on the committee. I basically do all the graphics, all the websites, Facebook stuff. I've been responsible for sort of updating the BTS logo for the last, I don't know, 30 years. Because I think I was the only one who could use a computer at the time. I still am, I think. But yeah, so that's basically me. I do tend to be sort of more in the background on the committee. I don't think a lot of people kind of know me, so it's quite.
Yeah, but you see, people need to know who you are, because if it wasn't for you guys, then we wouldn't have the British Tarantula Society. We wouldn't have the lectures. We wouldn't have the show. yeah, what you actually do and contribute to the hobby is just out of this world, and it's on magnitude. You know, it's such a high level. And me personally, obviously, I know I'm now with you on the committee, but I still look up to you guys so much and respect you so much as well. I was only saying the other day that, you know, when I first kind of discovered the BTS, it was like you guys were like, just bowing down to all of you, because that's it. Yeah, you do. You just, but then after meeting you and that, I just think actually you're just
It
a
all
bunch
fades.
of mates.
Yeah, we're just normal. Well,
Yeah, you're just
It's
normal.
like, oh,
Yeah, you're not
Can you-
scary.
that's Angela's cat,
Okay,
I
yeah.
promise you, Ray.
who's insisting on sitting on her lap.
Involved.
Actually, I think it's familiar.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless her.
No, but Mark, you're quite right. I mean, we've all been in this hobby a very, very long time, and people these days, and I've just wrote an article in the BTS Journal because I've turned into like the moaning Rick Wakeman of the spider hobby. I tend to do a lot of moaning about the good old days.
Yeah.
But you know, the truth is, if we go back even before us, before we started, you know, you could, if you were lucky, you could keep a chili rose.
Yeah.
There was simply no other spiders available. You know, you may get a red knee from one pet shop, which was in London at the time, Regent's Park. And so really, it was the likes of people like Anne Webb and Frank who started the club all those years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, these days we pick up a phone and we go on the internet and we can get what we want instantly, or go to a show. You know,
Yeah.
but back in the days when we started, you know, we simply, it was trial and error.
Yeah.
And you know, we kept spiders how we thought we kept them. You know, sometimes it was right, sometimes it was wrong. Of course, these days everybody knows how to keep tarantulas because of sites like yours and a million other ones on the web.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes I do yearn for the old days because there's a lot to be said for trial and error. And, you know, you learn a lot more about your animal and how to
Massively.
look after it, rather than just say, you know, hey guys, you know, show me your pictures of this and that. Think about it, read up on it, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, that was my whole reason for setting up the Balfour Communal Club, was literally so that we could learn from each other's experiences. So it was just, you know, people posting, I've done this is how it's going, or this didn't work, but it worked for this person. And just, yeah, learning from each other. Like you said, the trial and error, and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and then sharing that information with everybody.
I remember way back in the day when you're talking about communal groups, I set up a community of Apple Minax, as it was then, the Thai Black. Yeah. And we were, I mean, the committee, a lot of us were first people to keep these in captivity way back in the 80s. And I put 10 Apple Minax, as they were, into a container, into a thing, and I left them. And very soon I had one very big fat one. It didn't work, you know, and as I say, it was trial and error. But these days, of course, you know, people can go out and, like you guys, and set up Balfour communities.
Yeah.
And pokey communities, of course.
Yeah.
Pokies work well, as you all know, I'm sure.
I've never done it personally with pokies. Balfour, yeah.
As long as they're all siblings, you should be okay. You're usually okay with them.
With pokies.
Yeah, but don't mix egg sacs.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. I think what Ray and Amy have both touched on there is the fact that we are all learning all the time. You know, there's nobody that knows everything. You know, we are all, every time I go to a show, I see a spider I've never seen before in the flesh. Yeah. You know, I might have seen the description of it. Every time I talk to someone, I might learn something new. So don't get the impression that we're all the experts and everyone else is learning from us. We're learning from you as well.
Yeah, 100%. So I do have a couple of questions from a couple of channel members that I said I would ask you. So let me just get them up. I should have prepared this, but I didn't. Sorry about that. There's no point in, you know, saying I did when I didn't. Where is it gone? Come on. There it is. Right. So Jay, the Spider King, he said, so he got into the hobby largely as a way to help deal with his arachnophobia. So he's always curious at what brought other people in. So he wants to know what got you into the hobby originally and what has since led you to be wanting to be a part of the BTS. If you want to, anybody can go.
I'll tell you ours briefly than you guys. When we sort of first got married, we used to sort of every Sunday afternoon we'd sort of jump in the car and have a drive round every Sunday afternoon, and we came across a pet shop that was open, and we went inside, and in a tank in the corner was a chili roast tarantula, and the whole setup was £4.99.
Wow.
The tank. I mean, we are talking 1987. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I know, but still.
You just can't imagine those
Probably
prices
before that.
nowadays. Seriously.
And we looked at each other and we went, wow. And we bought it. We took it home. We had not got a clue how to look after it. We had no idea, you know. And we sat there and looked at it for about 3 weeks thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? And then I found a copy of Anne Webb's book and read it, which is still available today. It's dated now, but very good book.
Yeah.
And then we heard about a show, Granby Halls in Leicester, long gone now. And we went to that, and then we walked around the show, and we met Anne Webb sitting behind the BTS table. And I'll be honest, I was actually looking for the BAS, the British Arachnological Society. And I asked her, I said, are you the BAS? And she went, nah. It was like Monty Python. She goes, nah, that's the BAS. We're the BTS. We signed up, and literally the rest is history. 40 years later, we're still loving it. And as Martin says, we've learned so much. And that's how we got into it.
Well, that's awesome.
It escalated.
Then it escalated.
Escalated, yeah. It always does. Can't be helped.
But in the early days, we got up to about 1,000 tarantulas.
Really?
And we sort of started downsizing, and then we moved house. But yeah, the worst thing was when a whole bag of black field crickets got out in the house, and we came home and they were sitting all over the ceiling, all over the roof.
They're just
you learn
taunting
by
you.
your mistakes. Put the lid back on your crickets.
Yeah, and don't knock it over, because I've done that a few times as well.
That's how we got it.
Awesome. So what about you guys at the bottom of the screen there? So who
Well,
wants to go
I did
first?
mention earlier on, it was basically although I was fascinated with spiders, I always had a little bit of a fear about them. Well, especially like the house spiders whizzing around the house, males and whatever. But I still, whenever there was a film on that had, tarantulas in and one thing or another, it was always like, I'd love to have one of them. And like I say, Kim came across one of her clients who had a Mexican red knee. I went round and seen it, and I thought, it's the Hollywood spider. So I thought, I've got to get one of them. And unfortunately, it was just as the imports of those was all being stopped, and I ended up ordering pink toe, and that was our first spider, and that matured into a male about a week after we got it.
A week? Oh no!
And then so we just we're just trying to rack our brains for the guy up in Ray. There was the guy up Birmingham where he had the warehouse.
Ian Wallace.
Ian Wallace. So pretty much every other week we were up to Ian Wallace's place and coming back with new spiders all the time. And we walked in there one day and he said, "Oh, I got these. Have a look." And it was just a big black spider in a clear cricket tub. And I thought, that looks smart. I picked it up. It immediately turned upside down and bit straight through the lid. And I thought, no, I don't want one of them.
I'll pass on that one.
I think, to be fair, I think we actually bought that spider.
I think you did, yeah.
Because Ray went, that's the one I want.
Selling the Cosmere Lyra.
Yeah. So basically, I just kind of just went from there, and it grew and grew. And obviously, I was living at home at the time, and Mum was even worse arachnophobe than me. And when she found out that we had all these spiders, well, I think we had about 4 at the time, and she was like, "Oh no, get rid of them." So eventually, we kind of moved out, and then me and Kim moved together in a flat down in Avonmouth, and we had a spare room. And within no time, that was wall to wall with spiders. we discovered the BTS in the back pages of Trade It. Remember Trade It?
Yeah, or Exchange and Mark them there.
That's the Exchange and Mark thing. And we went to the very first BTS show. Actually, no, not the first one, because that was at Anne's place in their lockup, wasn't it? So yeah, so pretty much we've been to every BTS exhibition since it started. So we got to know Anne quite well, and it just kind of grew from there. And eventually, we joined the committee just to drag them into the 21st century.
Well, I'd like to say I wasn't on the committee,
No.
not for a little while, because I have no interest in spiders, not really whatsoever. I mean, obviously, I've learned stuff because obviously we've had them, but I was only brought onto the committee after a little while just to really organise the lectures and do any.
Well, it was your idea.
So that was our sort of idea, and it was because I used to go to the meetings anyway because
she drove me there so I could drink.
And that was really, even really now, I've not no interest in the spiders. Not
to be
really.
fair, that's a really good point, because when I first joined the committee, Ange wasn't a committee member. When Mark, he wasn't, Kim wasn't a committee member, and the thing was, they used to come with us to the meetings and sit next to us, a bit like John Lennon and Yoko Ono. You know, they'd just sit there, and after a period of time, we'd say, you know, you guys ought to be on the committee because
well, you're sitting here anyway.
I remember it quite vividly that Kim went shopping. Kim went shopping, and while she was gone, we voted her on.
Yeah.
We
He found me and said, Kim, do you want to be on the committee? I'm like, well, you are. We've all voted you, and you're on now. And I'm like,
that's it. There's no backing out.
No.
And joking apart, the reality is if you're in a hobby, whatever your hobby is, where your other half has that similar interest and commitment, then you know you'll stay in the hobby. You know, and Mark and Kim and Martin and Jill now, they have a similar commitment. So it couples work better in hobbies.
Yeah, that's exactly the same with me and Chris. So he comes to the lectures, the shows, you know, all of it with me, and he loves spiders just as much as I do.
And babysit.
And he babysits.
And work the door.
And make shelves.
And work the door. Absolutely. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like if your partner is as interested as you are, then it makes it all that more easier, should I say. Right, come on then, Nick, Martin, tell us how did you first get into keeping spiders, inverts, and doing what you do?
Okay, so well, this is my stock answer, and I apologise to those who've heard it before, but it does happen to be true. And so one of my earliest memories was as a kiddie, about 4 or 5, was going along the country roads where my grandmother used to live down in Cornwall and feeding flies to all the spiders in the hedgerow, all the little sheep web spiders that are going on there. And it's something I've just never grown out of. I wasn't allowed to keep a tarantula when I was staying at home with my mum and dad. But when I left home, I bought a spider before I bought a bed when I moved into my first place. And so I got my very first spider was a pink-toed tarantula. And I had Rosie for about 4 or 5 years afterwards, and I just haven't looked back since.
No, that's it. Once you get one, if you fall in love with it, that's it. You just don't look back, do you? You just it goes on and on and on until go on.
The truth is as well is that we find as well is that, I mean, all of us have kept reptiles, we've kept snakes and spot lizards, frogs. Angela used to keep a lot of frogs at one time, a lot of frogs. But the truth is, you know, a lot of our friends are reptile keepers, and you know, we still dabble occasionally. But I think with spider keepers, and you can tell this from the BTS show, there's a lot of purists amongst us. You know, we keep tarantulas, and some people keep lizards and snakes as well. But you drift in and out of that hobbies. But I think you always return back. We all have returned to spiders. We've all kept snakes and reptiles. But we always sort of end back up with spiders because they're our first love. Yeah,
that's it. They're the ones that brought it all for you, you know, the passion and everything. And so they're important, aren't they?
The truth is to remember this as well, is that all of these guys that you're talking to tonight and the rest of the BTS committee, we've all known each other a long time. And hopefully you guys who are a lot younger than us, you will also build up friendships like this. It will last another 30, 40 years. And
That's
all
it.
of these guys, we've all known each other 40 years.
And we still don't like you.
Exactly.
And we still don't like each other. But that is
Still
true.
can't stand each other.
It's all about friendships, building up friendships and trust. And you know, the reality is, if none of us had gone into the hobby, we'd be worse off for friends for it, because all of our friends, they're all very close from the community. And it is, I have to say, whether you're a member of the BTS or not, the hobby is a very close knit community.
100%. I agree with you on that. And I can say the same thing. If I wasn't within the community, then I don't think I'd have the friendship that I have nowadays. You know, all my friends before, you know, I had the spiders, but they weren't interested. And they'd come around and be like, oh, no, I don't want to look at it. Don't want to, you know, and I'd be like, I need somebody to talk to about tarantulas. And then, just kind of got into the hobby got into the community off the back of my YouTube channel. And it's just, I fitted right in. It was just awesome. And like Jerimie, me and Jerimie, we met just through keeping tarantulas, didn't we?
Pretty much.
You know, and everybody else. So I totally see what you're saying.
What's really sad as well is when we all meet, it's not often we actually talk about spiders.
Not now it isn't. You ran out of things to say.
It's normally heavy metal, to be fair.
The thing is, though, when we go on holiday now, all of us, I think, we never go on normal holidays anymore. We always go looking for
always looking for spiders.
It's always an exhibition, isn't
It's
it?
a given.
It's always
now,
it's always you go in and looking to see what you can find.
It doesn't matter whether you go to Greece or wherever you go in the world, spiders are everywhere. You know, so you don't have to find tarantulas, just look, and spiders are everywhere.
Meet these amazing people.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, just having a drink at the bar. And
See that. So Chris just saying, like, you know, at the lectures and that when the show and when we stay over, it's that social side of having a drink with everybody, you know, having the dinner and, you know, just that general kind of being able to chat with like-minded people, I think. And it just makes a difference.
Kind of the reason behind the lectures in the first place.
The lectures, I'm so looking forward to.
Yeah, I know you are. And so on that note, I do have one more question from a channel member, but I think right at this stage now, if I want to just say, shall we talk about the lectures? Come on, let's, because they're so close now. It's only what is it, next weekend? Oh, it's so exciting. Yes, dear. Even Millie Rock's so excited because she can't wait to get in that swimming pool that's at the hotel.
Definitely not that.
Definitely not that, she said. So how many people are going to be speaking at the lectures?
Right. So we've got obviously we've had a reschedule today. I mean, me and Ray spent a good hour talking to each other, a bit like this, because we had a last minute guest speaker, which we've been kind of talking to. Well, Ray has.
I've been trying to get Thomas for a couple of
Me and
weeks.
Kim, unfortunately, been away for the last 2 weeks. So Ray was doing a bit of work and helping us out. And
well, I was actually working.
Yeah.
Mark was doing BTS stuff, and I was work.
So
I've seen the photos.
So we've got our traditional opener, which will be done by Peter Kirk, our chairman. Then at 12:30 we got Thomas Papp, and he's talking on terrestrial inverts in conservation at Chester Zoo, all the work that's done there. There's a bio going to be posted up tomorrow, hopefully. And then after that, we've got a live Zoom with Astrid Leroy, Spiders of South Africa, photographer's dream. And like I say, Ray will probably tell us a little bit more about Astrid. Then we have a light lunch, bit of a working lunch, sandwiches, salad, dessert, crisps and sparkling water and drinks, and the bar will be open. And then after that, we got some real weird guy. I think, what's his name? Oh, Ray. Ray Hale's going to do a talk on the untimely death of elephant spiders and the strange coincidence, which we're quite looking forward to. Ray is a quality lecturer, I will say this.
I know.
Nobody gives credit where credit's due, but Ray, go back in the early days when we started doing these talks, and it was all either slides or very infamous time when Martin's overhead projector caught fire. Andrew Smith's lost slides down his projector, and Richard Gallen's gone in there with a fork. Ray was like myself. We when we did talks, we was the first sort of people to use PowerPoint. But Ray used to take it to a new level, and he still does. His PowerPoint presentations while he's talking are second to none. Well, second to me, maybe.
Checks in the post.
And then, like I say, after that, we've got a very, very good talk by Lance Featherstone. And Lance works in invertebrates in the wildlife television in the BBC.
Yeah.
And we were talking, almost for a year, we've been talking to his boss, basically, who was constantly saying, I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely do it. No, I can't do it. I'm going away. I got to go to, I think he's off to Taiwan, pangolins or something or other. And we were a bit disappointed because we kind of wanted him. And then he said, I know just the man. And he put us on to Lance. And Lance, we've met Lance, and he is, I don't know if you've ever seen a lot of the David Attenborough stuff. And then you'll see they do the little clips at the end. And there was a one recently where David Attenborough's got a glove full of cholla cactus thorns, and there's a guy pulling them out with pliers.
Yeah,
that's Lance. Now Lance always gets told off because he's filming. They're all filming, trying to film David Attenborough, and Lance is off following some ant or spider off in the distance. You turn around and he's gone. And he loves insects, and he's going to give us a fantastic insight to how they film insects and arachnids and all invertebrates and stuff. So, and he's worked on a few programs like Green Planet, Spring Watch, Autumn Watch, David Attenborough's Sea Dragon, lots more. So this one's going to be a fitting end to the day's lectures.
Yes.
And then after that, obviously, we're going to have our wonderful dinner. And then after that, we've got the premiere of Andrew Smith's Poeclothera hanamavilla Edge of Extinction, which is on for an hour, and then he's going to answer a few questions, and that hopefully will be the end of the evening, and then people could settle down, talk around the tables, chew the fat, drink some drinks, finish off what's left of the snacks and the food.
Yeah,
and like I say, it's a good social event. I mean, which is why me and Kim come up with the idea, because all the committee work their butts off at the show. Not one of us really get a chance to look around the tables, speak to people, and we were very conscious of the fact that people seemed to think we were elitist, didn't want to talk to anybody, but that wasn't true. We wanted to talk to people. We wanted people to talk to us, but we were just always too busy at the show because
we didn't get the time. Yeah.
So we come up with the social event of the lectures, and pretty much if you've ever been, you know what it's like. But if you've never been, you do need to come, because you get to meet some great people. You make lifelong friends. We're all in the hobby together, and there are no elitists, and we certainly ain't elitists. We'll talk to anybody. You buy us a pint, you won't get rid of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Just attached.
So that
everybody.
I think the thing to remember, though, really, as well, is what Mark was saying there, is that we've been running these lectures for nigh on 23 years, and we were the first people to put lectures. We used to have lectures at the BTS show many years ago when we first started, way back in the day, and we were the first people to do this. And I get questioned all the time. People saying, "Well, does it not annoy you that people have now jumped on the bandwagon and are doing lectures at their shows and this?" And the truth is, no, because the hobby's big enough for us all. And just because somebody's put our lectures are on, which we do, and if someone else wants to set up a lecture circuit, that's absolutely great. We'll even go to it.
Yeah.
Because, because you can actually learn a lot more by going to a show and listening to a lecture or whatever. But as I say, the whole hobby's big enough for us all.
Yes.
I'm not, the BTS are not in competition with anybody on shows. We know there are a lot of shows around at the moment. There were a lot of shows around in the 1980s and the 90s. a lot of them died. But you know, it's big enough, and we support all the shows, and you guys support us because you traders, you all come along and trade for us with us. So,
Yeah.
So, and really
best time
important.
this
the whole
year.
thing is that the whole thing with the lectures is we started it because there were none around.
Absolutely. What was you going to say, Martin?
Yeah, really importantly, you know, this isn't just a talking shop, you know, for us committee members. I guarantee that if you come to the lectures, you're going to hear something that you've never heard before. You're going to learn something incredible because
Yeah.
I know several of these people. I've never heard them lecture before. I'm so looking forward to it because this is cutting edge stuff that you're going to be hearing, and you won't hear it anywhere else. You'll hear it here for the very first time. I cannot recommend that you come along heavily enough.
The lectures are absolutely fantastic. Not just obviously the lectures themselves. I mean, they are amazing, and it's the information that you get is fantastic, but also the social side of it, the whole thing, the dinner, all of it. I mean, it was our first time coming to them last year, and that's it. I'm not going to miss a one now because it was just fantastic. It was just such a great weekend, and we come home and it was like, yeah, we had such a great weekend. It was like having a weekend away, but all spider related, which was fantastic.
Just to give you a bit of background on Tamas, Tamas was worked at Budapest Zoo, and he was a very, very good invert keeper. I know a lot of you guys know him. He then moved over to Chester Zoo. He was headhunted by Chester Zoo, and he moved over where he's now the head of invertebrates there. He's a very knowledgeable guy, not only on spiders, he's knowledgeable on stick insects, but a lot of stick insects, beetles, all sorts, wasps, the tiny little wasps. He's an expert on all things entomological and arachnological. And on top of all that, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's a really friendly fella. If we look at Astrid Lee, on the other side of it, Astrid Leroy has been in the hobby longer than any of us. Longer. She's now retired from the South African Spider Club, where she was chairman, and the South African Spider Club has actually been going longer than the BTS.
No way. Okay.
Way back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Wow.
You know, and Astrid was chairman for many, many years, and she's retired now because obviously time takes a toll on everybody. But she is without doubt. Look her up. If you've never heard of Astrid Leroy, Google her, because she has written so many books, so many articles, and she's probably the most knowledgeable South African field worker that I've ever known. Then there's me, of course, which you guys, all you know what I'm like. And as I say, Lance is new to us. And Andy, of course, we've heard 1,000 times, and we'll come back to him because he's a brilliant lecturer and a great guy.
He is. He really is. Yeah. So you're not doing one this year, then, Martin? Doing a lecture?
No, I'm having a year off for good behaviour. Yeah.
For good behaviour. Okay.
That's
all
it.
right then.
Unfortunately, I haven't done any trips in the last couple of years. I've got nothing new to say.
Well, hopefully you're doing one next year, because your lecture was really awesome last year. You made everybody laugh, and it was just, it was really, really good and interesting. And I was thinking that maybe what we could do right now is play my lectures video. That'll give us guys a little 5-minute break, and then everybody can see the lectures video, because I don't know if many people have watched it, but I think it would be a great time to actually put it on here, and then you can actually visually see the hotel, you know, what it's like, the dinner and everything afterwards. So is everybody all right with that? Do you want to watch it?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So let me just remember how to do this again. I need to be using StreamYard a bit more these days. They keep changing it, and then I'm like, where's that button gone? No, not video. Share screen. That's what I want to do. Yes, that screen I want to share. Oh, did it share it with the audio? Hang on 1 second. I think I have to do it again. Carry on. I've got to open it again. I'm so sorry, everybody. Jerimie, did you want to have a look in the chat and see if there's anything that's been asked? Oh, and I did see Angela. Hello, Joshua and Logan. I'm so sorry it's a little bit late in replying to you. I hope you are well, boys. I really do. What am I looking for? YouTube. I just closed it all. It says stupid.
Yes.
I know.
Very professional.
Very professional.
He's a cat.
Yeah, there you go. I've got it.
Greg from 8 Legs 4 Wheels asked earlier, between all of you guys, how many spider species do you think has been discovered or been responsible for being correctly identified in the recent years?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
That's a good question.
I think if we go back
Really
to the
good
early
question, yeah.
if we go back, not so much now, to be honest. I mean, there are still guys like Ray Gabriel. Obviously, you all know Ray Gabriel, and these guys are working on taxonomy. But way back if we go back to the early days of tarantula keeping, certainly species like Aplepalma and those things, and Andy used to taxonomically describe a lot of them. We've all done that. So I think if we go back to the early days, a lot of the species that were being imported were often imported under the wrong name.
Yeah, for sure.
To allow them to get around the customs. We're talking in the 90s. And so basically what we did is we used to go into pet shops and correctly identify them for them. Because these guys would be bringing spiders in and they'd say, oh, this is a Chile rose. And it was blatantly an Asian tarantula.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of that went on. So I think back in the sort of early days of the hobby, a lot of us were responsible for correctly IDing. But when it comes down to taxonomy, the guys like Ray Gabriel, Richard Gallen, Peter Kirk, who are chairman, of course, with Postaltheria, Andy, with various species, Aplepalma, these guys, they were, a lot of spiders were correctly identified by the society.
Yeah.
And still are. I mean, there are so many in the hobby now. I mean, there are hundreds in the hobby, and I'll put my hand up. I'll be the first to admit, a lot of them I don't know. You can't know them all.
No, of course not.
And so we have our own species. I prefer Asian tarantulas. Angela prefers South American tarantulas, and so it's you specialize in what you want, what you like.
That's very true. You have like a niche, don't you? I mean, I used to own pokies before, and now I don't have any in my collection, and I wouldn't necessarily look to get any more in my collection because I've experienced keeping them, and then kind of realised that actually, whilst they're a beautiful species and I appreciate them, they're not for me. Yeah, which some people think is crazy because it's Poketheria and they're amazing, and yes, they are amazing, but they're just not for me.
The other thing as well is when we're going back, a lot of the species that you guys keep today were first bred by. I mean, we bred Aplepalma lividum. It's not called that now, obviously. We were the first guys to breed Aplepalma lividum. Literally.
Okay. Didn't know that.
I was the first person to breed Formingachila severeti.
Yeah, we used to have the.
Pretty much all Everettis in the hobby were from that first batch.
So we used to keep the national collection of Aplepalma lividum, which is obviously changed now. But as I say, we were the first guys to breed them, and then we're going back to 1989, 1990. And so they were recollected, obviously, but most of the spiders in the hobbies of between the 90s and the 2010s were from the stock that we bred.
No way. That's actually really awesome.
But again, it's not blowing your own trumpet. You guys are breeding stuff.
No, yeah, sure.
There's a lot of guys in the hobby now breeding stuff, and you're thinking, wow, first time ever done. And it's such a great feeling.
It is. Although I'm still trying to crack brachypelmas. I'm getting as far as an egg sac being laid, but then it not being fertile. It's my mature males that are letting me down, I think. But I'll keep going. I'm going to keep going.
You'll get there.
Yeah. I tried for years to breed Smithy, Brachypelma Smithy, as it was known then. And I would get as far as an egg sac, and then it wouldn't. I'd wait a month when I'd be looking in, and oh no, and I reckon I chucked away probably half a dozen fertile egg sacs because I didn't give it enough time.
Didn't give enough time. Well, with my ladies, they just seemed to walk away from them and they left them, and I left them and waited, and then
But you know, I was thinking, well, there's no growth, nothing changed, just like little yellow balls. What's going on? But I soon learned that actually give them a little bit more time. Obviously, if they're not abandoned, then the female knows that they're fertile and they will eventually hatch.
Yeah.
And then I twigged on that, and I was giving them more time. And I bred them. Any brachy, I was to mate, and after about a week after they were mated, feed them up, keep feeding them up, and then after a month, I would then just literally get half a litre of water and just flood the tank.
Yeah,
nice and soaking wet, and guaranteed a couple of weeks later, egg sac, and they were quite. Once you twigged, it was good.
Yeah, and that's it. It's that trial and error again.
Yeah, exactly.
They need a cooling period, and then, as Mark said, you flood them. You've got some water. It's like the rainy season there, and then once they start drying out again, you'll get your eggs out.
I mean, one of the things to remember as well is that these days, of course, you can go on the internet and you can find out what temperature you should be keeping this and that at and all this, and to 1 degree and all this stuff. But in the old days, and this is true, if you wanted to know what temperature to keep a Mexican red knee at, you went down the local travel agents and you took a brochure for Mexico.
Yeah.
You open the front page, and and it's still there today. There is a table of every temperature for every month in Mexico.
No way.
Yeah, and this is the site you can do it today. You can walk into and pick up an holiday brochure up. So if you want to know what the temperature in Guatemala is for the whole year, it's there. And this is how we learned. We
didn't have Google, Ray.
Pardon?
We didn't have Google back then.
We didn't have it. I mean, it sounds like we're dinosaurs, but the reality is we're going back to 15 years and we had none of this. I'm saying this is what we did. If you wanted to know the temperature you kept a spider at, you got a holiday brochure and looked at the temperature in Chile or the temperature in Mexico or the temperature in Thailand.
And it doesn't have to be exact.
No.
These days I see on the internet all the time, I keep my spider at 27.2 degrees and 26, and I noticed yesterday my temperature was 28. What am I doing something wrong? No.
What you've got to remember is, although it's 35 degrees out as you're wandering through the forest looking for them, but down in those burrows, you're down into the 20s.
Yeah.
And that's why
it's the same with the humidity as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
With the brackies, you think, brackies, they come from Mexico, bone dry.
Yeah.
They dig down for the humidity.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for when they're making their burrows.
The only way you're going to see your tarantulas out, same in the hobby and same, in captivity, and the same in the wild, is you got to go out in the night and look for them, because they're not going to come out during the day because they're going to get frazzled, dehydrated, and die. But you go there early evenings, late evenings, they're all out, and you can tickle them out the burrows. The temperature outside's dropped 10 degrees, but down in their burrow is exactly the same temperature as it was in the day.
Yeah. It's not changed, has it?
No.
It's
like early man lived in caves because it was a constant 60 degrees, no matter if it was winter or not. We live, so they're living in their little cave, where it be it in a tree or in the ground. That's their own little biosphere, and keeping them in a tank is their own little biosphere. People say, it doesn't burrow. Well, there's no need to burrow.
Doesn't need to.
It's comfortable where it is.
It's got everything it needs on hand.
You want them to burrow, it's just keep them really hot and give them a lot of substrate. And you go in the next day, they'll be gone. They'll be straight down.
100%.
But in general terms, the thing that drives this hobby is captive breeding. We wouldn't be here talking about this if it wasn't for captive breeding, and it wasn't for basically people trying stuff, seeing if it works, getting babies, passing those babies on or selling those babies on, learning from that, passing that information on. I mean, decades ago when I started in the hobby, the idea of taking an egg sac from a female, opening it up and making a little hammock inside a prep pal with water in the bottom, and heat from the top, keeping it nice and moist, that was unthinkable. And who's pioneered that? I think it was Ray Hale.
Ray Gabriel.
Ray Gabriel. Yeah. And so that everything, we're building on that knowledge all the time. And it means that the hobby continues. It means that we've got those babies of those really exotic things that one has been collected in the wild. It comes back, it's been bred, and now we can all get it. Because as I say, if it wasn't for captive breeding, I don't think there would be a hobby, and there certainly wouldn't be a BTS.
No, I don't think so.
The thing to remember here as well is there's a lot of talk on the internet now about sexing spiders, but it was John Hancock, who was an ex-committee member who now lives in Canada with his wife Kath. They're getting on now. It was John Hancock who pioneered the method of sexing a tarantula from spermatheca. Yeah. And everybody jumps on that now, but you see all these pictures. What sex is this? Well, it's a male or a female, and they put these pictures up and go, oh, it's sex. But the only real way of doing it was John Hancock way back, who wrote the book on sexing tarantulas from their spermatheca. And a lot of people, I bet if you ask somebody now who came up with that, they wouldn't know. But it was the likes of John Hancock, and these guys were out there. He even in the day used to run a sexing diploma course.
No way.
People
is that not what JP did?
People like JP, Carl Portman did, Richard Gallen. They all did the sexing thing. And what John would do, he would send you a really mangled up skin in the post, and it would be, it would be really mangled up, and you would be expected to sex it, key it out, draw the spermatheca, and tell him what sex it was.
Oh, do you know what? I'd love to do that just as a challenge. So if anybody fancies sending me just a mangled up mole, I'll give it a go.
And this is it. And then at the end of it, you pass. So I think there are probably maybe 4 or 5 what we used to call sexing practitioners in this country who did the diploma, which was a recognised qualification, who were qualified. These days, of course, most people can sex a tarantula, but go back all that time and no one knew how.
I would love to do that diploma.
The only time you knew what sex it was when it had matured, and there it was sitting there. Bulbs, And I bet there was a lot of people as well who, when it did mature, had. I had a pink toe, and we had a pink toe, and it matured male, and I had no idea what these little things at the end of its legs were, its palps, and why it was running around the tank like something gone insane. Then I realised it was a mature male because I asked somebody, and they said it's a mature male and it needs mating.
Yeah, it's looking for love.
It was looking for love, and all these things we have learned, which a lot of people just take as second nature now. But that's great, because as long as this information stays with you,
yes,
you the knowledge you have to take, you have to absorb the knowledge.
Yeah, you've got to take it all in.
And then 20 years down the line, you can put it back out, but you have to absorb it. And I think these days there is a tendency for people to not be to do a lot of research. Yeah, Angela spiders like to research.
Yeah, I get that. I just need to say just quickly, because Ian Tarantula had just put a comment in here. I just wanted to say congratulations, Ian. So he's just bred the Proclotheria ornata, my first success with pokies.
Nice.
Whoop, whoop. Nice one.
One of my favourites.
That's what we like to hear. So well done, Ian. Congratulations on that.
And not the friendliest of tarantulas.
No, this is true. Yeah, that's awesome, Ian. Right, shall I play this lectures video then? Yes. And then, right, I can do it now. I'm just going to add that to the stream, and then it's this one. So it's 4 minutes long.
Building your online business?
Got to watch the advert.
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add products.
Come on, go away.
Showcase them dynamically.
I think it wouldn't give me adverts as it's my own channel. There's no sound. Can you not hear anything? Oh, why is there no sound? Hang on, wait. Might be me.
Go on, Mark. You're the tech guy.
I don't use this. What's it? Stream thingy.
StreamYard, yeah.
StreamYard.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tricky at times, to say the
It's
least.
fiddly. Really fiddly.
So I'm tapped share the audio. Select. Share. Come on. Please do it for me. I don't know, why it wasn't. Let's see.
Try turning the volume up.
Yeah, that. Do you know what? No.
Video.
Unmute. It's not muted. Oh
There we are,
no.
it's working.
But did it play? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard something.
let me do it again.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I can't hear it. It might just be me. But if you guys can hear it, then that's cool. Right, me too.
Oh, that's just...
Baby girl, turn it down a little bit, please. And so that's it. It wasn't very long, but I'm hoping that I packed everything into that. So you could see that you had like the guest speakers as well as those that would come through from America and where I can't remember his name now. Oh God, it's gone from the top of my head. Yes. Where was he from?
Arizona,
He's from Millsap College in the US.
Yes, that's it. And just being able to kind of speak to them, even though they wasn't there in person, that was just incredible. It gives me goosebumps now just thinking about it. And then the dinner and the food and just such a laugh with everybody. It was so much fun. It really was so much fun.
The thing to say there really is that, you know, the lectures, there's something for everyone at any level.
At any level.
You don't have to be an academic scientist. You know, I mean, there was a great lecture last year on DNA, you know, but which was great. But there was also a lecture on going out into the world, Andrew Smith. So there is something for everyone. I mean, Martin's lecture, you know, we pitch them at every level.
Yeah.
You know, my lectures tend to be travel logs of where we've been, what we've found, etc. And Andy's is much the same. My big fear is I might turn into Andrew Smith at one stage, and forget how to use PowerPoint. But there is something for everyone at those lectures, whatever level you're in. I mean, you know, you guys came along for the first time, and as I say, we try and we do make everybody welcome.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. You really do. I felt so welcome there, and everybody that was there. There was not one person that I didn't speak to, that I didn't mingle with. It was just fantastic. It was just an absolutely fantastic day. It really was. And my dad says, what a fantastic bunch of knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
Coming from my dad. Woohoo! Love it.
Bob.
And I'm going to...
Cheers, Bob.
Yeah.
His name is Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
I know, because it came up on the screen. I'm not psychic.
I'm thinking it says Dad.
No, it says Bob.
Yes, it says Bob.
Definitely Bob. Yeah. We go way back, me and Bob.
Yeah. At least
You
half an
probably
hour.
would know each other, to be fair.
Bring him to the lectures.
Yeah, I should do, shouldn't I? And also, we've got to just say hello to Deadly Tarantula Girl. Hey, DTG, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. It would be nice if you could come to the show one time. It really would. But she's all the way across the pond. But hopefully she'll make it one day. That'd be amazing. It really would. Okay.
Well, hopefully we can actually do a bit nearer the show. We'll do another one of these.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give you some ideas. But just to give you an idea, last year we had 82 traders.
82. Wow.
82, and this year we are within about 3 weeks of selling out completely, and we've got more.
No way.
I'm worried.
Yay, Jerimie!
Jerimie's there, so you know.
Jerimie's
And what's really good as well is this year as well, we've seen a lot of new exhibitors turn up. People I've only met, like I met Jerimie at a show briefly, but you know the thing is we've got a lot of new guys turning up as well.
That's incredible. So it's going to be a well-packed, very, very busy day for us then, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A lot of money to be spent, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of money there. That is true.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is, as Mark said, this is why we set the lectures up, because at the show, you guys everybody turns up. You all got your own little groups. You meet up. You know, you have a chat. You do this and that. But at the end of the day, this is our hobby too, and we want to be involved. You know, the same as you. We want to chat. But unfortunately, you know, like Chris worked the door all last year. Myself and Mark, we're on the door as well, and the girls are behind the counter selling, and Martin, and so really
I almost missed it.
And Angela was really ill this year, as you all.
Hopefully, I'll be there this year.
She will be there this year. If I have to take her in her coffin, she will be there.
You will be there. You will.
But if I have to take her hanging upside down in the wardrobe, like she normally does, but that is true. So this is why we started the lectures. So we could have a social event and we could get other people in and just meet up and find out what's going on in the hobby.
And because it's a non-profitable event as well, isn't it? There's no profit that's made from it either. So that just speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it, really?
I mean, the thing
you're
is,
not doing it for any other reason.
You do get people.
Correct. I mean, the show
often asked, like people saying, "Why is it so expensive?" Well, the thing is, it's the cost of the hotel. It's the cost.
Not really expensive.
Lectures. You know, we although a lot of people volunteer to talk for us, so we still got to put them up for the night. We still got to pay for their transport and stuff like that. But the lectures have never really made money. They were never designed to make money. If it wasn't for the show and the profits that Ray makes from organising the exhibition, we wouldn't be able to put on the lectures. So we give back profits that we make from the show to run the lectures and various other events, like and other things that we do, like the research grants and stuff like that. So we don't make money. We used to say to each other years ago, you know, how much it used to cost us a year to be a BTS committee member, and you really wouldn't want to be in the hobby if you was doing what we was doing for nothing. So
that is true. Yes, that's very true. Because as you rightly point out, you know, I mean, you know, if we invite a speaker, for instance, Tamas, or he's travelling down from Chester, we'll put him up for a hotel. But if we've always had a rule, if you are a BTS committee member,
yeah, exactly,
and we lecture there, we do it because we want to.
Yes.
And that's the reason we do it, you know. But if we invite a speaker externally, then we will obviously cover their expenses, etc. But as Mark says, we never set out to make money on the lectures.
We don't want to lose too much either, but
we don't want to lose too much. It was one of those things that we just felt was missing from the hobby 23 years ago.
Yeah.
And yes, there are other people doing it now, and that's great. As I say, it's fine. But we started it, and and now it's like the show. It's like a bit of a social event for people. And we just asked people, come along. You came along, Amy, and you know, you guys enjoyed it. And we had one guy, and I won't mention names, but you know him very well, and he's still in the hobby today. And he came to me once, and he says, "Oh, I don't come to the lectures because, you know, it's all a bit too, you know, for me." And one year, and Mark knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Persuaded him to come to the lectures. And he came to me the evening. He goes, "My God," he says, "I've never met such a bunch of lovely people, nice people as you guys." He says, and I actually thought I'm not coming because I'll hate it.
Really?
And he's a very close friend of yours.
Exact words to me and Kim on the evening was, "I feel really, really gutted that I've missed out on the last 15 years."
No way. No way.
And he meant that because
he said to us, he was honest. He said, "I used to go around and tell people, oh, no, you don't want to go there."
Yeah, he was gutted because
and then
told
he came.
Everybody it was a cliquey, like we were all unapproachable, blah blah blah, and he was absolutely gutted. And he came up to me and Kim, and he had said, "I'm really, really sorry. I had completely the wrong idea about this event, you guys, everything, and I've now upset with myself that I've missed the last sort of 15." And he came regularly down, and it's only a few other reasons externally he's not been able to make it, but it's still one of his favorite events to come to.
And the truth is as well, Amy, the truth is, guys, is that, you know, we're not clicking, we're just friends.
Yeah, this is
when
it.
you've known someone for 35, 40 years, and I'm hoping that when we're all long gone, and you know it's approaching, there's guys like you and these other young guys in the hobby will take it over.
You say young like I'm young. I'm not that young.
You
are compared to Ray.
You are compared to me. That's our aim, is that, you know, perhaps not you, but you know, younger people would come along and join and say, you know what, I want to be in this hobby and see it go into the 21st century.
Yeah. And then for us, it's then we're looking at those people, the likes of like our daughter Minnie Rock. She loves tarantulas, and then you've got Princess Sophie Pink and Outdoor Girl. You know, the youngsters, the real youngsters that are in the hobby. Yeah. And that's it.
Hopefully, we'll go to university, get the degrees, come out, and then in years to come, you know, the hobby will carry on. I mean, when Anne and Frank started the BTS all those years ago with Andrew Smith, they have both passed now. You know, we can't talk to them, but I'm sure wherever they are, that they really appreciate the fact that we're still going after 37 years.
I bet.
You know,
Massively.
That's it. And we really hope that, you know, that the guys that come to the lectures, the guys that come to the show will come up to us and just say hi, introduce yourself. If you've got a question, come and ask us. There is no such thing as a stupid question. And if there
isn't.
We've already asked it. All right. So please come up and say hi. Otherwise, I've got to talk to these other guys.
Who he's been speaking to for years.
Literally everything. Come up and say hi.
Oh, that's so cool.
Remember, as Martin rightly points out, there's no such thing as a stupid question, but in Martin's case there's a stupid answer.
Oh God!
And we've given a lot of stupid answers over the years.
We have.
We all do that, though. You know, come on. Right. Well, I think this might be an ideal opportunity to do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway because we've got a couple of things to give away. So Martin has kindly donated a wireless phone charger. So one of the BTS phone chargers. So it's got the BTS logo on it, but it's a wireless one. It's amazing. They were being sold at the show. Will they be at the show again this year?
They will indeed. Yeah, we've
There
got a few left. We've got a few left, but I've earmarked one for the lucky winner tonight.
Awesome stuff. So everybody in the chat, all you've got to do if you've not done this before with StreamYard is I will give you a hashtag to type in the chat. All you've got to do is type that hashtag, and then StreamYard has its own tool where it will collect everybody that has written the hashtag and it will randomly generate a winner from it. Now, if you comment the hashtag twice, you're only going to get entered once. So don't think you're going to get entered twice if you do it twice. So I'm thinking we may as well just first up go with, let's share this screen first and then I'll tell you. Oh my gosh. Share the screen again, Amy, do it. There it is. So this time I have gone with no, and I've just shared the wrong bloody thing. Sorry. I've got too many tabs open now on my laptop.
Sorry?
I've got too many tabs. What? Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Nice. He's just sent Kim for alcohol, I think.
No, I got that myself.
He already knew that.
I've told her to go and get a T-shirt and look and one of the chargers so we can.
Oh yeah.
Like. We got no. Oh no, we gave it to bloody Ray Gabriel, didn't we? Yeah, well, I thought we had a big box one. Oh, sorry, folks, we haven't got one.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll see if I can get a picture. I'm sure Martin can send me a picture. Maybe he can take a picture.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So simply just put hashtag the BTS in the chat. We'll give you a couple of minutes to do it. And then we have a few other things to give away. And then we also have the ticket. So one ticket for the lectures and dinner to give away too, which is so exciting.
I have to tell you this, Amy. One of these phone chargers is now one of his proud owners is a customs officer in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
it was actually in my suitcase, and it showed Angela's suitcase, and it showed up on the scanner, and he made me unpack everything, and he asked me what it was, and I kindly donated it to him and said, "Look, it's a phone charger."
And now he's got one. I love it.
Oh,
there you go.
One, Martin. I'll go buy a new one from you.
I'll give you a very reasonable rate.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
He's not kidding.
I give nothing away. This is a very, very rare day.
Very rare. So there you go, guys. This is a rare giveaway from Martin here. So make sure that you're commenting hashtag the BTS. It's really simple. It really is. So we've had 7 people enter so far, but there's more people watching, but there may be some people don't like to comment, which is fine.
Ray Gabriel's watching. He hasn't got a phone.
I'm giving away nothing free for him.
My dad said, has Mark got a spare can? I've run out.
I just smuggled these back from Malaysia, so no, none of these have been given away.
Smuggled them back from Malaysia.
If you come to the lectures, Bobby will buy you a pint.
Yeah, there you go, Dad.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it. He's gonna get in the boot. He's gonna come with us. How many have we got now? 9 people have entered. It's so tiny on my screen. Really forward, so you can see my whole forehead. Angel and Tom are here. Hi. Haven't seen you in a chat for a while. I hope you are well. Oh, and love at first bite. Like it. Good name.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. He said take you up on that.
Good man.
Absolutely.
That's it now, Dad. You're coming. There you go. We've got a spare seat. Right. Still only 9. Wow. You've been here from the start. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I get really like distracted and don't always look at the chat. And then before I know it, the comments are all gone up and I can't see the one I was looking at. And so, yeah, thank you for being here from the start. And I'm sorry I didn't say hello at the beginning. Okay, so I think what do you think? Another minute. Come on. I get impatient with the giveaways, you see. I don't like to give people too much time before it go and generate somebody. You got to be quick with me. Unseen Universe Mitch, he gives everybody loads of time for the giveaways. Not me.
He only does that so he can snack on sweets. That's the only reason why.
It's true, actually. It is true. He's always snacking.
If there was
on
no sweets around, he'd be like rushing really quick.
yeah, he would. Right, I'm going to draw it. So good luck, everybody that has entered. Here we go. Who's going to win? Graham Wright. Congratulations, Graham.
Congratulations.
So Graham, if you send me your address, if I haven't already got it, because I may have already sent stuff to you because you're a channel member, then I will pass it over to Martin and he will post it out. Unless you're coming to the BTS show, then maybe you could collect it there. But I know Graham is in Scotland, so he might not come that far. I'm not sure.
What was that?
But congratulations. And Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks are here. Hello, guys. How are you? Good to see you. Right, let's get that one off the screen. Awesome stuff. So let me write that down with a charger. Otherwise, I forget. Wicked. Okay. Shall we play a game? Do you want to play a game? Would you like to play a game? I'm going to test your knowledge now, you see. But it's not difficult. No, so my game that I have created for you all is called Tarantula Anagrams. Sorry, I didn't put any music over it, so I was like, I'll just do it myself. So it's a very, very simple game. Now, I was going to do it as you work as teams, and it's up to you guys if you want to do that. So Martin could be with Jerimie. Obviously, you've got Ray with Angela, and then Mark with Kim. So if you want to do it that way, so you can compete against each other if you want to. What do you think?
That's not fair. He's younger than all of us.
Do you know what? It's not. It's not even gonna. It's not even gonna matter. Honestly, it's honestly not gonna matter. And I want the chat to jump in as well, and also try and figure out what these anagrams are. So should we just go for it? Let's just do it, and let's just see if you can see if you can get it. Yeah. So let's go with the first one. Now the first one is relatively easy, I think. But it's up to you guys whether you think it is once you see it.
It's going to determine how this is all going to go now, isn't it? Like, if we can't get the first one, then God knows what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So if you can't get the first one, we might just sack it off and not do that.
We need a buzzer.
Okay. Well, I was going to give you buzzers if you're going to do it as teams, then of course, yeah, you're going to need like a buzzword to buzz in.
Can we use the word buzz?
Well, that's it. You can. It's entirely up to you, or you can just work together. It's just for a bit of fun. It really is. But anyway, let me give you the first one. You can see what it is. Here you go. So the first one is iconic arboreal server. Now there's 3 words there, but it just makes a tarantula's genus and species. So what tarantula is that? Iconic arboreal server. And if you want a clue, I will give you one.
We want a clue.
Martin's buzzing.
I need a clue.
Martin, are you buzzing?
I'm gonna say avicularia.
No, it's not. There's no. Oh yeah, there is a V in it. Sorry. No, it's not. It's not. But you know, you're on the right lines there. It is an arboreal tarantula. Just a different one. Anybody in the chat? Can you get it yet?
No, it's not actually. Maybe. Don't know. I'll pass.
Isn't this where you need the countdown?
Can we get old or new world, please?
Oh, so it's a new world. It's a new world.
It's a new world. Arboreal.
It's a new world.
No, I don't like spiders.
Oh my god! If you can't get this one, you're never going to get the rest.
Oh Jesus!
That's an hard one. What is it?
Has anybody in the chat got it right yet? Oh, somebody in the chat's got it right. 2 people in the chat.
Oh no! I just saw the chat. Now that the chat's putting out,
you looked at the chat and now you've cheated.
Well, I'm not going to say anyways. I'm not going to say. I gave up.
Jersey colour.
Yeah. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's something versicolor.
It sure is the carabiner versicolor.
Yeah, but see, I can still call that
I was never going to get that. Even if I didn't look at the chat, I was never going to get that.
Oh no! You see, now I'm like really worried about the next one.
I'd just call it a vicularia, to be fair.
If you're giving the new names, we only know the old ones.
Okay. So if you give the new name, then I'll need to try and figure out if it matches in some kind of way. Okay, let's try number 2 then. Oh, and congratulations to those in the chat that got that right, which was Bugs and Stuff. That's Guy Tansley and Chronically Vexed Spiders.
Guy Tansley, wouldn't
Where's
it?
Guy?
That's what I was about to say. Of course, it's Guy.
Hey, where man?
We should get Guy on here then. He can do the whole of it. If he gets the next one right, that's it.
We can sit there and just listen to him guess them all.
I want Guy on my team.
You'd be fighting over him. Okay, well, the next one, here it is. Numerous chili turnips. Numerous.
Murinus.
I got that. Tarantulus murinus.
Yes.
Yes.
That was.
There you go.
And you got that one.
Congratulations, Angela. Look at you fly with that one. You got that one so quick. Maybe I should put that one first. Maybe that one.
It's probably the only one that hasn't changed its name in 40 years.
That's true.
That's very true. Okay, so number 3 is acceptable campus honeymooners.
Oh, God.
Now, just look at how many letters are in that. Anybody think? Anybody?
I'm terrible at these.
Stereopagabus something?
Yeah, Stereopagabus something. Yeah, Kim just said that.
Yeah.
I don't even know any spiders, and I even got the versicolor ones.
But you can read and write, unlike the rest of us.
Yeah, we never learned.
Well, no, you're wrong.
So it's a J now. There's no G.
Come on, guys in the chat. Do you want to help them out? So anybody knows it?
Is there a clue?
Give us a clue.
So a
It's
clue
not an
is
Aphonopelma, is it?
there's only one in this genus.
Oh,
Oh.
Chromatopelma cyanopubescens.
There! See, if I give away the clues, then you know.
Is it Chromatopelma cyanopubescens?
Well done, Ray. Well done.
Certainly is. Or acceptable campus honeymooners. I love that.
I quite like the way pubescence fits in with honeymooners there.
Yeah. Oh God.
You're back on that register, Ray.
Okay, so number 4 is lubricus afternoon poo. Or lumbricus, sorry, lumbricus afternoon poo. Nice. Oh, Andy said that was hard. Was that hard, spiders? That was very hard. Oh, this one, well, yeah. Happily give a clue if you want a clue.
Have you got a clue?
So my clue for this would be that they are endemic to their own island.
Monocelphid Belfori.
Belfori.
Yeah.
Yay! Well done.
Amy, have you thought of all these?
I have, yeah.
I think you need to get out more.
I think I do. That's quite true. Yeah, I think I should get out a bit more. Okay, next one then is applet garlic mushrooms.
That just makes me hungry.
Actually, it might be quite nice. Applet garlic mushrooms. Yeah,
Garlic
quite
mushrooms.
tasty.
Don't eat anything that grows on dead things.
Mushrooms are nice. And so the clue for this one, I didn't think of one, so let me rack my brains quickly and think of one. I can't even do it. I can't even think of a clue. So it's a new world terrestrial. I mean, but that's not really a clue, is it? Because there's so many of them. Yeah, it's a bit hard, isn't it? It's a bit hard.
Well, if it's hard for you, you thought of it.
I know. Do you want to pass on this one?
Go on, then.
Go on, Jerimie. Have a go.
I'm trying to think. It's not an Aphonopelma, is it?
No. It is.
Wait.
Grammostola pulchripes. There you go. Yeah. So they're pretty hard, aren't they?
They are.
Can we not have chili eros?
No. You can have an alphanumeric argument, baby.
That's got to be up on a Pelma somewhere, surely.
Yeah, surely.
It is. Any ideas?
Blimey.
That actually goes with this.
The clue I could give you is there's a connection to Andrew Smith with this tarantula.
Well, it can't be Poecilotheria. That's not in there.
No.
Connection to Andrew Smith, right? What spiders has he cut up?
All of them.
all of them, yeah. That's true. Connection to Andrew Smith.
What's the one that he
is
did?
It? Hang on.
Brachypelma. What's the one?
Brachypelma August. No, it's not Augustan. No, Brachypelma
Palmori.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh no!
Go on, Jerimie.
I'm trying to think now. Oh my god.
Someone I think someone's got it.
Baumgartney. Brachypelma Baumgartney.
Yeah.
It sure is the Brachypelma Baumgartney. Well done. And in the chat, Greg, 8 legs, 4 wheels. He got it right too. So did Andy, and so did Guy. Amazing
Nice.
stuff. So that one was quite easy. So let's go with the next one and see. Aha, Sapphire's toy shop. Though you're not going to buy this tarantula in a toy shop.
I hope not.
I have to say they are all quite popular tarantulas. I haven't picked any, rare tarantulas that are hard to remember.
I'll stick to Sudoku.
So the clue is it's one of the biggest tarantulas.
Theraphosa. Sturmoi. No. No.
Nearly.
Whatever it's called. Was it Theraphosa? Not Blondie, because I've been there. Theraphosa. I think that's good enough, Theraphosa.
Theraphosa.
Get half a point. We're good with that.
Theraphosa.
Apophysis.
Yeah. And well done to Andy in the chat for getting that right too.
Oh, Andy's crushing these.
He is. That's it. At least we know who can do anagrams.
Yeah.
So the next one is Amelia Panay Shampoo. As if that's a brand. Now this one is a new world, and it's quite common.
Samolpius something.
There's no...
Give me argued for you.
Do you want the
Salmopius amelia?
No, it's not
Oh.
no.
Not Samolpius.
It's Salmopius amelia.
Nope, it's not. It's not an arboreal. It's
not an arboreal.
No, it's terrestrial.
Oh.
It's a very common tarantula. You're going to kick yourself. Anybody in the chat want to guess?
No.
Oh, it's not Somani.
Aphtapelma samani.
Yes.
No.
You said it, Jerimie. And then when no, it's
No,
not.
but I said it was not because I was like, oh, I forgot how to spell it.
You can't forget how to spell playing this game. Trust me. And if I have, then you're definitely not going to get it right because it's going to be the wrong
Don't
spelling.
tell me how many questions are there.
Okay, there's only 2 more. Just 2 more. Amoeba carpet smash up.
Long God.
That's the name of a terrible band.
It is. Actually, it might be a good band. I just think of amoebas on the carpet smashing up.
Well,
Oh, and Andy, Love at First Bite, and Greg also got a Phonopelma simane. So good job. Well done, guys.
Mum, I need to say something.
Wait a second, darling.
Sorry, Mum.
That's okay.
See, all my spiders are called Incy or Boris.
See, I usually just call all mine Dave, and that's
It's life a lot easier. And since they can't hear me, it doesn't matter.
So this one actually would have SP in between its genus and species, but I have missed it off. So, yeah.
Jeez, there's a
So
lot of
it's an
species.
undescribed species.
Sorry?
Is it undescribed?
Well, yeah, it's genus, then SP, and then species. Yeah.
There's nothing after species. It's just something species.
Oh, somebody in the chat got it right.
Yeah.
I think he's using the generator to work it out.
Pretty sure.
It's pretty
Is
difficult.
it? Oh, okay. So is it a panther?
Yes.
Okay, that makes it a little bit easier.
Any guesses?
It's not Machala.
Go on, Jerimie.
I do not know.
Mascara. It's got to be mascara.
Yeah! 1 point to Jerimie.
Yeah.
Okay, last and not least, and then I'll put everybody out of their misery.
Now I can say after
Is it-
tonight, it's like, oh, I know more than the BTS committee. Yeah.
Believe me, that's not Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Jerimie, I also know that you've booked the BTS show and I'm on the door.
That's what I was literally about to say. I just banned from the show now.
Oh no!
What do you mean you booked the show? Oh no.
It's that cat that annoyed.
So the last one is vandalized sprout. That is the last one. And just to say that in the chat, Andy Spiders, Jay the Spider King. No, he said mashallah. It was mascara. Never at first bite. They got it right. Yes. So again, the chat's doing good.
Yeah.
But can we all get this one?
It just proves that we don't know good at anagrams.
No.
Well, yeah,
This is it. If you're not good at anagrams, then you see, not I kind of am, but
Go on, what? I'll give up.
you give up. Chat.
No.
Do you know? Is this what committee meetings entail?
pretty much.
It's very true.
Not at all.
Big spider. So I'll pull you out of your misery. It is the Davus Pentaloris.
That's not even a spider.
Well, yes, it is. I've got one. I've had her for years, and she's beautiful.
I'm not used to be Metropelma.
I've got a little baby at the
Huh?
moment, just starting to show some
Should
coloration.
have used to be Metropelma at one time. I don't know. I'm getting old.
Yeah, the name's been changed, hasn't it?
Many-
It's
many-
been
Isn't it just like
Yeah,
Pentalore now? They just took the if.
many
Yeah, is it
times.
Pentalore now rather than Pentaloris?
Yeah, it's just Davos
To be
Pentalore.
perfectly honest, it doesn't matter whether you got them or not because they'll all be changed soon anyway, so it makes no odds.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. I get sick of changing labels, if I'm honest. We're just leaving
This is why
these.
we don't do labels. There's no point.
Just try work with true spiders. Like half the stuff that comes in isn't even identified yet. It's just labeled as this color or
So I
this
have to say,
location.
we do have a passion for true spiders. You know, I don't keep many true spiders, do we? We used to, but I do enjoy true spiders more than tarantulas these days. I mean, that's a confession there, but they're certainly easier to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True spiders are very fascinating. They're very, very fascinating because they're just so different
Oh, I love
to
them.
tarantulas.
That's what I'm trying to
aren't
work with at the moment. Yeah. All kinds of hunting techniques and everything.
they? Yeah. And the
Definitely.
breeding and stuff that you're doing is amazing. Yeah, you're
Got
smashing it.
insertion footage of Denopus aspectans, which was
Wow.
Can't believe I got it on footage.
No, that's crazy. Because, like, yeah, people have struggled to get that kind of footage from like these huge tarantulas, and then you get it. Yeah, well done, you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing.
you should have seen it
stuff.
the first time. I sat there staring at the camera for 45 minutes with the male just twitching. And then I turned the camera off to delete the footage because my phone said, "Oh, running out of storage." As soon as I turn off the video, bang, straight to it. I'm like, for God's sake, no! I was typing Facebook posts. Oh yeah, guys, check out this pairing. Edit note. I just missed the insertion.
Oh no, that is the worst.
We have a thing about thorn spiders. You know, the gastracanthus.
Oh yeah,
my favourites at the
they're
moment.
stunning.
I love
They
them.
are really cute.
Huge,
See those
such a
guys
small
in the world.
spider, a huge web.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
unnecessary, but
True.
So
It obviously
unnecessary.
isn't because they wouldn't still be here.
But still, they'll be
they're
afterwards.
so pretty though. They come in all
Yeah,
kinds of colours.
If that spider could hear you saying that's so unnecessary, it'd be wrapping web round you tonight. You watch.
To be fair,
Say,
I'm
is
quite
it
short, so
unnecessary
it's
now?
like it probably could wrap me up in a web.
You'd be interested in my talk at lectures because that's about gastracanthids.
Oh, nice.
Well, and the name
Wow.
change.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm definitely entering because I
exactly.
got to listen to that.
There's a lot of name changes and things at the moment in True Spiders. So
Yeah, True Spiders,
like-
the names and stuff scrambles my brain. Like, I need
Like
to.
how all Denopus are now apparently Asian opus, even the ones in Africa.
yeah, are you on the Asian Arachnological Facebook page?
I'm not, but I'll look that up after this.
He will be. He will be now.
Asian
I'll
Arachnological Society.
I'll put down my notes. Asian.
Yeah, Joseph Coe. They have some stunning photographs on there, and I have to say they're brilliant at identifying. So they're probably good at anagrams as well, to be honest. Who knows?
Yeah, they probably are. Do you know what? I might even put all these anagrams out on my Facebook page after and see how many people.
Tell you what, send them into the BTS journal.
I could do, couldn't I?
Do a little interactive thing with the journal. Yeah, that'd be great.
And what's this one? What tarantula is it?
It's a Cepheus.
Okay, so this is. Mini Rox just drew a tarantula for everybody there with an egg sac.
Yeah,
there you go.
Bruce, that's very good.
Yeah,
this is what we want. We need
better than some of Andrew's taxonomical drawings. That one.
Yeah.
Well, you say that. You see, these are the journals that I've got here that I'm going to give away because these are duplicates. Ooh. And in this one, if I can find it, that's actually Mini Rock there.
Hey!
She won the drawing competition. Yeah, look, it's really, really detailed. Look, really detailed.
Get to enter again this year.
Yep, she will. Drawings are thing. So yeah, so actually this leads me on then. So I've got these 3 journals here. This is the volume 35, number 3, 2021. With an amazing picture there on the front. Such a beautiful spider that is. And then we've got 2021, which is
spider on the front of there.
That's what?
That's the photograph I took in Borneo.
Oh, is it?
It is.
That's a good picture, that is. And then this, which might be rare nowadays.
Wow, that is old.
That is old. So that is from 1999, winter, volume 14, number 3. I have a few of the old ones. I get them off of eBay. I have eBay set up to tell me, oh, somebody's just uploaded BTS journal. And then I'm straight on it. Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to bring you some old journals to the lectures.
Ah, thanks.
I've got lots.
Have you? It would save me buying them then.
That was the whole plan all along. That was the only reason she showed it. It's like, so I can get 3 ones.
How many boxes do you want?
How many suitcases full do you want?
Yeah.
She's going to come up with a pickup truck of just old journals. Like,
bring the forklift. You're saying that. I don't think there's probably 5 or 6 people who've got a full set.
Really?
Dating back to volume 1, number 1, which was A4 hand printed by Anne way back in 1996.
Wasn't it? No, she had a rotary thing.
The old rotary one.
Oh yeah.
And I think we started at volume 1, number 1. I think we're on now 37, number 3. So we got 37 years of journals.
That's amazing.
And I think there's probably only about 5 or 6 of us who've got full sets.
We do have every single volume in a digital format as well.
We do.
See,
this
is my collection that I have. This is all I have. You can see I've got quite a few of the old ones. I've just threw them all over the floor.
No.
Amy, were they in order?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We used to have a certain member, I think a very good friend of Martin's, who used to complain when his postman bent his journal to get it through the letterbox.
I would as well.
I won't mention any names, but he was a good friend of yours, wasn't he, Martin?
Well, it was. Yeah.
Language, Timothy.
So he insisted we send him 2 copies. But then his postman found out that he complained about him and would purposely screw them up.
Yeah, and deservedly so. Yeah,
And deservedly
See-
so. Yeah.
My postman wears a lanyard that's got Pet Rock and Roll on it.
Yeah.
Because when he delivers post and it's spiders, he's really intrigued. He's like, "What is it? What's inside this one?" So I gave him one of my lanyards one time, and now he always wears it. And it looks well worn. Yeah.
When he comes next time, give him an anagram.
yeah.
I'm just gonna throw them anagrams at anybody now. And see who
You
can get
come
Because
them.
back
they
after
ask for the
that.
signature. It's like, no, don't take the signature. You need to answer this before you drop the package. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you
this
can't go.
question.
This will be your signature.
Yeah. That's so funny. That would be good.
Before you carry on, everybody, I'm actually going to head to bed now because I am falling asleep. I've been up since
Okay,
4
lovely.
o'clock with jet lag still. I'm still
Yeah.
suffering. So I'm
Well,
heading off to
thank
bed.
you.
Nice to see you all.
You've only been to
And-
Swindon.
And we'll see
In a
you
very
all
fast car.
at the lectures. Looking forward to it.
Yes, we'll see you there. See you next weekend.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you for
take care
coming
and
on,
enjoy the
Kim.
rest of the chat.
Thank you, both.
Still
Take
just
care.
me going.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye. Bye.
There you go.
Okay, well, so let's do this giveaway then of these 3 amazing journals. Obviously, you might be somebody in the chat that wins and says, "I've got that one" or whatever. If you have, then yeah, you can either take
you've
it
got
or you
2.
can pay it forward to somebody else. So this one should be relatively easy to do. If I can. Oh no, don't do that. We don't want to draw it again. I can get back. Back.
Amy, if you send me that address, I'll send a few more to this that wins these because I've got spares.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I've got spares.
I can't find the giveaway tool again now. I wish Jerimie had just put a button that says giveaway tool rather than you having to go to a separate site to find it. There it is. So this one, we're just going to put hashtag journal. Not that I wrote hashtag then, because I didn't. If I can spell. Okay. So hashtag journal is.
Go if you want.
Good luck, everyone.
There you go. Hashtag journal. Now, I just want to just touch on the journal and just say to everybody that's in the chat watching or anybody that watches this back that all of the articles that are in here, you know, they're not all by, you know, what you would expect, you know, like arachnologists and stuff. They're from like normal people, just like me, you know, and you can just send in pictures. If you've taken some amazing photographs, then send them in. You know, they might get published in the journal. This journal is for us guys, the hobbyists, but we need to help to make sure that it continues by giving, you know, the stuff that's needed. Jerimie needs to do something for it. I keep telling him.
I mean, if there's slots for true spider photos, I've got quite the
Absolutely.
collection now.
Absolutely. You know, the truth is, as Amy says, it doesn't have to be all about tarantulas. I mean, we know we've had articles in here about true spiders in the past. So, you know, as it's arachnological related, that's fine. You know,
That's it. And just, you know, if you've had an experience, say you had an experience with, you know, a certain tarantula, whatever it may be, you brought it as a female, it turned out to be a male, you know, whatever, even just those kind of things. Because as we were saying earlier, it's about us learning from everybody's experiences. And that's what these journals do as well.
Don't drop them this time.
I'm going to try not to.
That's
Look
why
at
I
that.
my
Thank you, darling.
Hogna carolinensis adult female. When I rehoused her, I thought I'd get her and get a little couple pictures, and this is why I managed to.
Nice.
These 3 being given away, darling.
Ooh. Got my cat drawing. He's got a cat.
Oh, I do. That's
She was
lovely.
very photogenic. Just walked onto the cork bark and just sat there. I was like, oh,
Yeah, so as we were saying, anybody can enter, put forward anything. You only need to do is email Peter Kirk. So in the beginning of all of the journals, you've got from the editor, and it's easy, editor@thebts.co.uk. You just email it over, and yeah, you may well get printed. And that would be so awesome. I don't need a pen.
And the thing is, what we're doing in the last few journals is sort of going back and revisiting some of the older journals and reprinting some of the articles that appeared way back in sort of 1995, 2000.
Yeah.
And there's a great one in the recent one with Guy Tansley, of course, who's been around longer than Noah, to be honest. He's been around a long time with us.
My dad said good night. Night, Daddy.
See you at the lectures, Bob.
Bye, Bob. I've written things and then bottled out of sending them in. Why, Greg? Why?
No, you should never do that. Send them in.
Send them in. Don't.
Send. Yeah.
Oh, on another level.
Look at that. That was Indonesia this year. Yeah. This was actually on an island in Indonesia.
Oh my
Did you take that photo then?
Yeah.
Yeah, he stole it from magazine.
Yeah, I don't think so, son.
Zoom out.
Oh dear.
So yeah, at some point, just get to another country and start taking photos everywhere. Just enjoy the holiday. Nah, there's a cool spider over there. I need a photo of it.
We can all do that,
We've been to Sepulok and taken the pictures of the spiders instead of the orangutan.
But the reality is, I mean, if you guys have got photographs of your spiders and your tarantulas, and then just an article about them, anything really, and just send it into the journal. Pete is desperate for information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really can be anything. It could be your own experiences, how you got into the hobby. It doesn't need to be some kind of extravagant article on, biology or whatever it may be. It can be anything, as a community, just all of us, if we can all come together and get these journals full, it'd be amazing. It really would. But it's not going to cost you anything. And then you're in the journal. One second, Bubba. Give me 1 second. I was just going to say that love at first bite, you have spelt it wrong. Quick, get it back in, but spell it correctly, and then the StreamYard will pick it up. I don't want you to miss out, so.
I wish I wasn't on my phone. I'll be showing all the photos.
So we'll just wait for love at first bite. Hopefully they'll pop in the correct hashtag.
Just quickly hold on.
Since we're showing off photos.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
Just really quick.
No, baby.
That's the egg sac there.
I want to get you on the big screen, but it won't swap. Hold it a second, Jerimie. Love at first bite is now commented correctly. So let's get this drawn and I can get that off of the screen and then we can have a look at what Jerimie's showing everybody. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. Drum roll. It's Jay, the Spider King.
Congratulations, Jay.
Congratulations, Jay. And Ray, Jay is the guy that wants to volunteer at the BTS show. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so he's the guy that we need to give more information to. Because I literally just said to him, leave it with me and I'll find out more for you.
Tell him to drop me an email.
Okay, yeah.
You've got my email address. Tell him to drop me an email, and then what I'll do is when I work out the rotas and things, and
you'll put him
on. It'll
on.
be in a month's time. I'll sit and work out stuff, and then excellent. I'd love to have his help.
Awesome. He's a great guy. He really is, and
No
he just really wants to help and volunteer. So,
to be fair, it's usually first thing in the morning, just doing a little bit of policing and making sure everybody's where they should be.
Yeah.
But I never ask people to work all day because obviously it's we do, but I mean we just want people to come along and do a couple of hours. Yeah, I mean he'll definitely just drop me an email when he's ready and I'll sort something out.
And Chris says he can do the door again. He's a doorman.
He's already wrote it in.
He's already wrote it in. That's it. You're already on it.
Yeah, no.
You weren't even asked. He's just
That is the other downside. Once you actually volunteer, if you're in the army, you never volunteer for anything, and it's a bit like the BTS. If you volunteer for it, I will hound you until the day you die.
That's it. You can't escape.
Yeah, you can't leave.
That's it. It's gone.
You can check out, but you can't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, we have two more things to give away. I also have a question from Phil Trevis, who is one of my channel members as well, that he wanted to ask you guys. So I'm going to ask this question, then we'll do my t-shirt giveaway. Then we can do the lectures giveaway. Exciting stuff. So Phil said something.
Amy, if you want.
Yep.
You can give away one of these.
Ooh. That's one. Yes, we will give away one of those t-shirts too. Let me get you up. Let me get you up, big.
Oh, I need that t-shirt.
It's an amazing t-shirt. Where did we get this?
There's only a couple left though, and they're never going to be reprinted.
Never been reprinted. Show it again quickly, Mark. Sorry, I'll put you on big screen so we can all see. And that's all your design, isn't it? Such an amazing t-shirt. I love it. So we will give one of that away as well.
Nothing much for the model.
I'll remember that.
Included.
So let's get on to what Phil has asked. So he said, some things I've always wanted to know about expeditions of any kind are: what sparks ignite an expedition? Who makes the decisions on whether or not an expedition is required? Who funds the expedition? And is there a length of time that the expeditions are? Expeditions run before heading out. So yeah, he's just intrigued in your expeditions. What sparks it?
The answer to the first question is if you go with Andy makes the decision. And,
Okay.
and I know Guy's listening, and he knows exactly what I mean. And Andy makes the decision there, which is right, because Andy goes out and does it. But the reality is, I think, is if you are doing an expedition or whatever, we're self-funded. That's the truth of it. I mean, when Mark and Martin and myself and Angela go out there, people always say to me, does a university pay for your trips and all this? And the reality is no, we're self-funded. So basically we fly out there. Over the years, we've met a lot of people who we know. We've got friends out there. Martin's got friends in Peru. Mark has friends in Malaysia. We have friends in Indonesia. So we can cut the costs down.
Yeah.
By sort of sofa surfing or whatever we need to do. But as you get older, you need a more comfortable bed. So our days of sleeping in hammocks, gentlemen, have long gone.
I'm sure you could still do it.
Think for yourself.
Well, unless it's slung between the poles of a bar, and I mean an alcohol bar. Yeah. But the reality is, I mean, as I say, when we first started, we had to make a decision. Did we want to go to South America, or did we want to do Southeast Asia? And it literally was all those years ago a toss of a coin. And
really?
we tossed a coin and we went to Southeast Asia. And these guys, I mean, Martin does South America, Mark does Southeast Asia, Andy does India, Africa, South America. occasionally into Southeast Asia as well. But as I say, it really is what your passion at the time. I mean, our passion are Asian tarantulas, so we go out there for that, and true spiders, as what we like for Jerimie. But that's really what drives us, you know. But when it comes to funding, we are self-funded. I mean, we literally save up and we go, but it's getting expensive these days.
Yeah, I can imagine.
From my side of things,
I remember doing I did a talk for the Explorers Club of Great Britain. They got a local branch in Bristol, and they invited me along to do a talk because I knew Belinda Kirk, who actually was a BBC producer. I knew her boyfriend at the time. He was working me in the screen printing trade, and they got me along, and it was the biggest turnout they had in a long time. And it's only a little talk in a hotel in Clifton, and you kind of got the impression that they were all a bit sort of, they couldn't work out how we were doing these trips without a massive budget of like 50 grand and stuff. And it all came to light when Belinda said it was the biggest turnout they'd ever had, and would I like to do the talk in their big show, their big event up in the Chilterns or something. I said, oh, I'll do it. What the hell? And I went on between this bloke who would funded an expedition to find this mountain in Antarctica and paraglide off of it, and another guy who'd gone somewhere in like up the Congo or something, and I had to do a talk in the middle, and I was watching the previous talks, and they had all these like National Geographic survey maps and all this sort of stuff, and I thought I'm gonna have to stick a map in me talk, and I went online and found this really old map of Borneo, and it was like 300 years old. This like it wasn't even the right shape, and I stuck that in, and I did my talk, and a guy came up to me afterwards. He said, "Oh, when you're in the jungle," he said, "do you take antivenines?" And I said, "No, mate, we take a shovel." He said, "What's the shovel for?" I said, "Well, that's where we bury you." And I said, "We kill the snake and bury you, and then we know what killed you." And he was going, "Oh, who does your medevac?" And I goes, "Well, no one."
In my case, Saga.
Yeah, they couldn't believe it. And he said, "Oh, where'd you get your expedition gear?" I said, "Primark." But the truth is, and the reality is, we do it all off our own back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when I first went with Martin in 1999, it was, we went to look for what was then Sirapagmus Borelli, wasn't it? And we had such a great time, and I was hooked on Malaysia after that. And for 10 years after that, I did the Earth Tiger tours, which were quite infamous now, if you've ever been on one.
Yes. Yeah.
But just basically get off your butt, think where you're going to go, and just go.
Do it.
And do it.
I think what Mark says is exactly right. And the idea is don't make it too complicated.
Exactly.
You don't have to go to go on your package tour, but look outside the hotel. If you're going to Mexico or something, go up one of the hills. I mean, make sure the drugs
drug cartels there.
That's right, yeah. Go outside your hotel. If you're going to Thailand, go outside the hotel. Go into the jungle a little bit. It doesn't have to be a major project. It can be an afternoon that you've taken away from the away from the bar and away from the swimming pool and sunbathing. Now, in a lot of places, that's a really bad idea. But go have a look. Go take a look. Turn over a few rocks. Have a look under a few logs and things like that. As it develops, then you can do the dedicated trips. You can make the dedicated projects. You can plan it out. What I used to do was I would find a spider-related story or a big green bit of the map that didn't look like it had any spiders there, and I would just go there. And so that's how I first went to North Africa. It's how I followed up the chicken spider story in Peru. But also, I was looking for tarantulas in Dominica, in the Windward Islands in the Caribbean, and I found what is now our friend Versicolor, I found it on Dominica. It wasn't meant to be there. Great, I found it. Job done. It's a very expensive way of proving that a spider's there, but it was great to do it. It was great fun. And with Malaysia, we're following the story of Thorelei. We're looking for that up in the Cameron Highlands and then down in the lowlands on the other side. Pick a story, pick a jungle, pick a spider. It's as easy or as complicated as you want to make it.
Yeah, that's very true. It's like, if that's the spark, isn't it? The story that you've picked is your spark, and then you go from there. Yeah. But I mean, I go in my back garden quite regularly and turn over, British stuff. I haven't been abroad and done it, but yeah, we do it when we go out. We go to forests and.
The truth is, as well, is that you get a lot of spiders live within 20 yards of humans.
Yes.
Now when we first went to Borneo in the Danang Valley many years ago, we were told by the guides, and I'm sure Martin and Mark would know this, that we were told by the guides there are no tarantulas in this area. None at all. There are none. You're wasting your time looking. We literally came out of the lodge, walked down the path, under the boardwalk, and there was a tarantula. And they went, there are no tarantulas here. I went, there's one. And as I say, within 20 yards of humans, and as Martin says, it can be as easy or as complicated as you want it to be.
Yeah.
It is expensive. There's no doubt about it. But back in the day, it was cheaper, but now it is more expensive. Obviously, since COVID, the flights have rocketed through the roof. So, but again, I have to say we've been very fortunate, as these guys know, is that I get invited to lecture on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Some of the big ones, some of the small ones.
That's awesome.
And that obviously I go out there. I not just about spiders, talk about birds of paradise, things like that. And that then gives us the opportunity, when we're not entertaining the guests, so to speak, we get out on land or whatever, and we look for spiders.
There you go. And that's it. It's just having that first thought, oh, I'm going to look for a spider.
and the truth is as well, sometimes, if you're in a place like Borneo and you want to see an orangutan and you don't see one, if you see a 5.5-inch tarantula sitting on a tree, it's better than, a lot of people think, wow, I haven't seen an orangutan, but I've seen this massive spider.
Yeah.
And they may not like them, but they'll never forget it.
No, it will be something that they'll always remember when they reflect back on the holiday. Yeah,
absolutely. So
Greg said he really wants to go back to Roatan one day and do some more studying on the tarantulas. Roatan is his favourite tarantula, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, you should go back, Greg. You should do it. Don't let anything stop you. If you want to do it, then save up whatever it is you need to do to get there. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Because somebody else will.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, these guys, we have been looking now for a particular species of true spider for about 15 years. Wallace's spider, which I did a lecture on a few years back, and we've been looking, and we spent 5 years researching it, trying to find out where it was found originally. No one has ever seen a live specimen since it was collected. And we have searched, but we won't give up. We'll carry on going until one day we will find it, or someone else will find it before us.
I think Just might find it first.
I think someone stands a chance of finding it before us, but
somebody that lives there.
Yeah. But bear in mind that there are so many great stories to follow up. Historically, read some of Andy's books. Have a chat to Andy Smith. Because. The likes of the apocryphal one is the Hercules baboon spider, which is known from that one specimen in the Natural History Museum, and the word is it's bigger than Theraphosa, and and the story behind it is that here's a giant spider that walked into a camp in the Upper Niger River in Nigeria. It just happened to be collected by a guy called Colonel Abadi, who gave it to a guy who was working for the museum. And that's it. That's the one specimen. Now, admittedly, you probably don't want to go to northern Nigeria right now. It's a little bit tricky, a little bit tasty with Boko Haram, but that sort of story is all around the world. That sort of that little apocryphal story. Go take a look. If there's something in Australia, if there's something in even in Europe, in Cyprus, go do your research, look at what's there, go and have a look for it. So find it, photograph it, write an article about it, and send it into people.
Yeah, get it in the journal.
Get it in the journal. Get it in the
Get
journal.
it in the journal. That should be the saying now. Hashtag get it in the journal. Oh, that's so cool. So I think, and then Phil just added right at the end to say that another good question would be, what has been the members' most exciting discovery during an expedition, and have these discoveries made big changes within our hobby?
I know, Mark. You found
Pinelli, yeah. We obviously we went looking for, going on the back of our original trip with Martin. We got hooked on Asian arboreals, and we decided that the only way we was going to find something new was to go to somewhere no one's really been, looking for spiders. So we went. Not only did we go to Borneo, we went deep in the heart of Borneo. I've ripped that off of Edmund O'Halloran, by the way. Martin knows what I'm on about. And we went deep. We went into on the Indonesian border. We got talking to a local Kelabit tribes guy. He said, well, but I know people have been chopping firewood and seen something black run up a tree, blah, blah, blah. So we spent 7 years going back, sometimes twice a year. We searched upriver. We go upriver for 5 hours in canoes. We searched pristine forests. We spoke to indigenous people, the Penan, the Kelabits, all sorts of people, and they all had stories. But the trouble is, to them, a spider is a spider. So it was difficult. Laba. So it was difficult. Like they come running into camp. Yeah, found. This is what you want. Open it up. And it's just like a big heteropoda or something. But eventually we did narrow it down. It took seven years, and eventually we found it in the garden of our base camp.
No.
It was like not only was it was disheartening, but it was obviously very, very thrilling. We'd seen a juvenile the year before, so we knew females had to be in the area. My friend Jaman, who's obviously he's dearly departed now, but his wife always used to sort of, it's typical, isn't it? I mean, she's in the background going, talking to him in Kelabit, and he's going, oh, take no notice of her. She don't know what a spider looks like, blah, blah, blah. But what she was saying was actually true, that she was finding them in the woodshed. And she comes out one year with this thing, and it turned out to be a male of what is now forming Gachilus penululatorium. So we've got the male, we've seen a juvenile, but no female. So we still carried on looking up the Mount Gunnerud and all sorts of stuff, climbing trees, doing silly things. And this one day when we nearly died in a plane crash twice.
You can't die twice, Mike.
Yeah, we literally just walked up to the buffalo field with a can of tiger in our hands to watch the sun go down, because we arrived late because we literally nearly died. It's quite a terrific story, but we nearly died. And I just walked down to get another can of beer, and bring some up before. And I heard what was the sound of a helicopter. What I thought sounded like a helicopter. I looked up to see this huge shadow thing fly out, come over and hit the ground in front of me, and it was like a huge Hemipepsis tarantula hawk wasp dragging this spider. I stood on the wasp. I grabbed this paralyzed spider, and that spider is now in the natural. Well, it's not in the Natural History Museum. It's now in the museum in Kuching. And that was the female that we searched so hard to find, and it was delivered to me by a wasp.
The wasp went, here, I've got one, you can have it.
So, yeah,
Mark's right. You say as things change. I think for us, it was a few years back. We'd been looking for true spiders in Kuching in Sarawak, and we hadn't had a very successful day. And one of the kids who was with us said, "Look," he says, we'll call up my friend's house and have a cup of tea or whatever." And when we got there, this guy said to me, he was a Taiwanese fella. He said, "I know where there are some really big tarantulas." Now, if you guys, we're all tarantula keepers and spider keepers. When somebody says they've got a big spider in their bath, it's normally a house spider and it's about this big.
Yeah.
But to them, it's this big. And I looked at this guy and I said, you know what? I said, and he says, no, seriously, I know the difference between tarantulas and true spiders. He says, I can take you to a place now where there are tarantulas as big as your hand. And off we went into the area. We arrived at a river. We waded across the river, went into a cave, went to the back of the cave, got lower and lower and lower until we were on our hands and knees. And then we arrived in this huge jet pitch black place, shone our torches, and there were tarantulas everywhere. On the floors, on the ceiling, in the hole, on the walls, everywhere. There were hundreds of them, thousands of these guys, all big. They were all pretty boring brown spiders, but the fascinating thing was they were all blind. As
Really?
Martin discovered blind cave tarantulas, these were blind. They'd evolved. They'd still got eyes, but you could tell there was no movement at all with light at all.
Yeah.
And again, a pretty boring brown spider, quite friendly, to be perfectly honest. Is it worth keeping in the hobby? No, because I'm not telling you where it is. Because it doesn't need to be in the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say it's possibly a new species. It's probably even a new genus, to be perfectly honest. But there is a specimen of it in the Kuching Museum, which one day we hope to get to work on. But as I say, it's things like this which drive us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the world's a big place, and there's still a lot of it to see.
Still a way more. I think it will go on forever, discovering new species.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't see it ever stopping. I mean, there must be thousands upon thousands that we've not even yet know where they
All I can say, it's a good job. This isn't a beetle hobby, because if we were all into beetles, there are millions still to be found.
Yeah, I can imagine with beetles. Wow, yeah.
And for me, I guess it really does have to be one of the earliest trips, which was to Peru. I was following up the story that an engineer friend of mine told me that there was a thing called the araña polita, or chicken spider, or chicken eating spider, that lived in the Tamaulipas region of Peru. And so back in 1996, I think it was, I went out to Peru. This was before South America was as accessible as it is now. Fought my way up the river, managed to bribe a few guards along the way to get to where we needed to go and get the boat to go where we needed to go. And sure enough, on the third evening that we were there, we discovered this large burrow out in the jungle. Went back at night, and I remember still to this day switching on the torch and suddenly seeing a carpet of tarantulas all the way around this burrow. So not only communal, but we're talking well over 100 good-sized spiders with a female that was a good 10 inches, about 25, 27 inches in leg span, sitting in the middle of all her brood, sitting there. And some of these are like 6th or 7th instar babies, just in a mass straight in front of me. And I took a picture of it, and it's a picture that if everybody wants to see what a chicken spider looks like, I always show them. It's the big female surrounded by her many offspring of different sizes and different ages. For me, I knew then what I was going to do every year for my holiday. And that was it. And I've been looking for that massive buzz ever since, and it comes close every time. But that was the good one.
That must have been so amazing to just, suddenly shine your torch and see that.
It was unbelievable. Yeah. And
you imagine being in a pitch black cave and you switch your torch on and it's...
Yeah. It's that. You can't beat it. What a rush.
Yeah, I would love it.
And for those interested, it's a Panthobeteus species, yet to be discovered, but it's part of the program that is re-identifying the new the genus Panthobeteus, and so eventually it might actually have a name.
Yes, there was also some dwarf tarantulas in the cave.
In the cave, there were 3 different species of tarantula. One, we turned a rock over, didn't we?
Yeah, the dwarf one we knew it was the dwarf because it had an egg sac
this big.
Tiny.
So yeah, so obviously it's an
adult female with an egg sac underneath the same rock, an adult, a mature male, and three or four juveniles all sitting under the same rock.
How big was the mature male? Was he tiny?
It was. I would say probably a centimetre. Spindly. The female was no more than 2 centimetres, and she was an adult female because she was sitting on an egg sac.
Yeah, so she had to have been. No way.
Yeah, she was sitting on it was a dwarf species. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dwarf species are lovely. I do like them. I've had a few in the past, and obviously the Pentaloris, that's supposed to be a dwarf species because it doesn't get too big. However, it's pretty big, I think, in comparison to the dwarf species. You know, my girl, she's not massive, not by any means, but she's a good size for a tarantula. So, but that's really cool. I could listen to your stories all the time. Just everything you say.
I think you should give some more stuff away.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's give away
2 free tickets.
2 free tickets to the BTS show. Let's do that. Yeah. So let's pop back over. So what should we do as the hashtag for this one?
BTS show.
BTS show. Yeah. Nothing too tricky.
Wow.
BTS show. So this is for 2 entry tickets.
It will get you and a friend, or not even a friend, someone you don't like. Who knows? But you could get 2 people into the BTS show at 11 o'clock when the doors open, straight to the front, bang.
There you go. Wow. Awesome stuff.
And that is
that's a mega prize. Yeah, it is. To get straight in, yeah. So go on, guys. Hashtag BTS show, and that will give you 2 tickets to get into the show this year, which is on the 21st.
21st of May.
Is it the 21st of May?
Yeah.
I forgot all about my banners. Here we go. Let's stick this one up. There you go. It's going to go along the bottom nicely now. I can't believe I forgot about them. It took me ages to write it. I'm only joking. So the show is incredible. I absolutely love the show. I've been going to the show for many years, and I wouldn't miss one for the world. I wouldn't.
Oh, you're not allowed.
And obviously now, but now obviously it's all different for me at the show because I'm obviously volunteering and working really hard. Yeah, I was absolutely knackered last year, but.
Well, I think in the old days when we first started, I mean, this is our 36th, but this is the 27th and one that we have organised. 27 years we've been organising the BTS show. And in the old days, we used to we were in schools, and some of you will remember, Guy will certainly remember, we used to have to carry the tables and put them out ourselves and then put them all back in the classrooms at the end of the day. And we would carry tables up 3 or 4 flights of stairs and put them back in the same room. And we would do that the night before, and sometimes we wouldn't leave the venue until like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. These days we're lucky because the events place actually set them all out for us.
Yeah, which is.
And then all I do is turn up on Saturday and inspect them to make sure they're right.
Yeah, in the right places.
In the right places. So, but as I say, this is at the 27th year that we have organised it.
27th year.
And when you think the very first exhibition, the very first show was in Ann Webb's garage, and I think there was 12 people there.
I know. It's just mind blowing, isn't it? And then look at how many people go now and how big of a venue that you need for it. It's definitely blew up, hasn't it? The hobby and collecting. But like you said, back when you started collecting, tarantulas weren't that readily available, were they? Not like they are now. So I think even from when I first kind of got into the hobby, there's loads more now.
It's exploded.
Because you could count the species on one hand.
Yeah.
You had
you could.
Smithy, you had the blue fang tarantula, the white collared tarantula, Chili Rose, and I think probably a Vic or whatever they called it back then.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. And if it wasn't for the likes of Ian Wallace back in the day, I don't think we would have even had those.
No.
So But now,
and of course, there were species which were in the hobby which are no longer there. You know, I mean, they were selling the cosmic spiders, which you know, lyras and all these. They were in the hobby then, but they sort of disappeared.
Yeah,
you know, they just stopped and or changed name or reworked on. But there were a lot of spiders in the hobby, which I mean, you white collars, you know, you never see now.
No, not anymore.
Which was probably the most docile tarantula in the world.
Yeah.
Well, so Anne Webb was actually on the Michael Parkinson show. So and she had that hat on her hand.
Yeah. Don't ask me the scientific name because it's changed name about 20 times.
That's what I was going to ask.
Weinbergy or something, isn't it?
Weinbergy or something like that. Yeah. It's certainly one of the guys will know it, but I haven't seen one for at least 25 years.
No way.
You had one.
10 years ago.
I'll never forget, we did have one, and Stuart, our DNA guy, came into our spider room and says, "Can I just have one of the legs?"
Just one of the legs.
He says, "I just need one of the legs to DNA." So I went, well, no, it needs its legs.
It needs its legs.
No, you're not having its leg.
I'm just going to borrow your leg. Sorry about that.
Speaking as one who's worked with Stuart in Belize, what Stuart has done is actually really clever. And so instead of sacrificing the spider to actually get a sample of its DNA, what he's perfected is a way of squeezing the leg so that the spider excises it, just gets rid of the leg, and it immediately seals up on the joint with the cephalothorax. And then you can preserve the leg in 90% ethanol, and you got your DNA sample. So, however, in Belize, what it means is that there's a big clearing quite near to the Guatemalan border, where there is a whole colony of spiders with only 7 legs. Now that they will have grown them all back again. However, at that time, we did reflect if some scientists had gone back to there to look at the tarantulas and suddenly seen this colony with only 7 legs, because we got every one of them, so we did wonder if that would ever happen. But it's a really good and ethical way of taking those DNA samples, and we give full credit to Stuart for pioneering that.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever wants to pull one of his legs off, feel free.
Feel free.
We arrest we're back.
Okay, let's draw these tickets then for the show, guys. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. The winner is going to be Angel and Tom. Nice. Yay! Congratulations. And Angel and Tom, it was their first time going to the BTS show last year, and they absolutely thought it was fantastic. So this is really good that they have won this. Yeah, well done, guys. So what do they need to do?
Just if they give you their address, you send me the address, and then what I'll do, I'll get some tickets printed off and a couple of wristbands, and then all they need to do is on the day at 11 o'clock, they can find one of my guys or Chris, even, because I'm sure they'll know Chris will be on the door. And if they, and then at 11 o'clock they can come in, and they'll be all the queue.
Congratulations, Angel and Tom. Also, I just want to say Greg said, can't wait for the BTS, always so amazing and such amazing people. I did say this earlier, but thanks to all the committee for the commitment to the show, and particularly for the help of us disabled.
Greg.
Yeah, it's absolute, Greg, spot on with that. It is such an amazing show.
Yeah, one of the things we do as well, to be fair, and Greg knows this, is because of the size of the venue, we try and keep a lot of space in between, so there's room for wheelchairs and disabled. And Greg knows full well as well. If there's ever a problem, he just needs to ask, and it's sorted.
Yeah.
You know.
Hello, come here.
Oh, is your cat getting a bit annoyed? Like, what are you doing?
Our cat's great, but if you're talking to someone else and you're not talking to her, she's
very. She loves it.
She loves the attention.
Yeah. So you've got that. Just send me their addresses, Amy.
I will do. I'll get that sorted. Let's put their names on here, actually, so I don't. I'll be terrible otherwise. So I walk away and go, oh, who was it that won that? There you go. But whilst we're on a roll, let's go ahead then and give away my t-shirt, so my t-shirt that I'm giving away is exclusive to my series. There will be one of these t-shirts made for the winner of each episode. And this time the t-shirt has the British Tarantula Society logo, obviously the Petrock Meets logo, and then mine and Jerimie's logo down at the bottom there. So like I said, this will be the one and only t-shirt that is made. So whoever wins this one, that's it. And there won't be any more. It's exclusive, which is awesome stuff. An easy one for the hashtag has got to just be t-shirt. I just make it simple for you guys. I think I made things a bit difficult with the anagrams, so I won't push it anymore.
What could that possibly be? T-shirt. What could we make that into an anagram of?
Go on, say it. I dare you.
No, I won't say it.
No, now you've got to say it. What?
Trish T.
Yeah.
Trish. Oh my god. And then what we do is we'll give away Mark's t-shirt that he just generously donated, and then we'll do the lectures one. With the lectures one, there's going to be a couple of other things you need to do. We can't just let it be that easy that you're going to put a hashtag in the chat. But the other things is not difficult. You guys will know how to do it. So have we got everybody in? Oh, Spider King just got in there. Yep, awesome stuff. Let's go with it. Anybody else? No? Yes? No? I'm just going to run it. I'm just going to go with it. Are you ready? Congratulations. Ugh, good luck. Look, I'm jumping ahead of myself. There you go. And the winner is... Who's it going to be? Greg! 8 Legs for Wheels. Awesome stuff, Greg. So, Greg, I already have your address and everything. And I think I know what size you want. But if you want to message me and confirm it all, then that would be amazing. I'll get that all sorted and sent out to you.
Greg, awesome, if you don't wear the shirt at the BTS show, we're going to be very disappointed. Just joking.
Yeah. That's part of it, is it? You have to wear it to the show. And then, Mark, is your t-shirt called Black Widow?
It's Black Widow clothing, so you could just say hashtag Black Widow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's what I thought. Ooh, hashtag Black Widow. Here we go. Hashtag Black Widow. No message, Amy. Awesome, Greg. And so these are only in what size, Mark?
They're all XL.
Okay.
I've literally got 5 left, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, not doing any more.
Well, I will do another one, but it'll be a different design.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Those of you who are been in the hobby as long as some of us old fossils would know that back in the day, the only tarantula t-shirts you could buy were the ones that we produced.
No way.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Telling me it's bedtime.
And I've still got the t-shirt that Mark made, which glows in the dark.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
I did notice, Ray, that just recently people are trying to do those again, glow in the dark t-shirts.
I was going to say
design with a big web, and it glows in the dark, and it still glows in the dark.
25 years too late.
You got to have one of them. Glow in the dark. How cool would that be?
Brilliant. And it still glows in the dark.
That would be.
That's a top quality t-shirt there. Then, if it still glows in the dark.
It only loses it if you wash it, and Ray's never washed the shirt in his life.
Absolutely. Martin, I've never worn it. I've got 30 or 40 t-shirts still in the plastic bags I never wear. Spider shirts, just a
permanent wardrobe just sitting there.
If it's not black, I don't wear.
It'll come back as well. Don't worry, Ray. It'll come back.
8 legs and 4 wheels has spelt it wrong.
I think he's put it in again. I think it's coming down a bit. Yeah, a little bit further down. I think he's done it correctly. A little bit of a typo. That's what I'm like. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Right, shall we draw it? Are you ready, folks? 3, 2, 1, boom.
Okay.
Doop, doop, doop. Chronically Vexed Spiders. There you go. Congratulations. You have won yourself the Black Widow t-shirt designed by Mark. Amazing. So again, if you want to give your address, if you want to message me, you can message me on my Pet Rock and Roll page. You can message me on my personal my personal profile on Facebook or my Instagram. And
or they can pick it up at the lectures.
Or you can pick it up at the lectures, or you can pick it up at the show. You know, whatever you're most comfortable with, we will go with. But congratulations, that is mega-tastic. Shall we just go ahead and do this lecture giveaway?
Yeah.
Shall we just do it? Shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's
Good
just
luck.
do it. Do it.
Yeah, Angela's cat says it's got to go to bed.
Yeah, bless it. I'm so sorry that we've kept you up.
All right. Hopefully, I'll wake up tomorrow, so it's not too bad.
We'll go with hashtag. No, actually, let's go with hashtag BTS lectures. That's better. BTS lectures. Now, what you got to do, guys, is pop this into the chat, but you also need to go over to the Facebook page, so the British Tarantula Society Facebook page, and like the page. It's not the group, it's the page. You also need to pop over to Instagram and like and follow the Instagram page. And on YouTube, you need to subscribe to the channel. Now, my lovely Jerimie is going to pop all the links in the chat so that you can easily jump from one to the other and then come back and do the hashtag BTS lectures. Or you can do that first and then go and do that. So we'll give you some time with this one because we know you've got to jump out of the stream and go and do whatever. So, but yeah, this is an amazing giveaway. So this is for one admission to the BTS lectures and dinner. There's no cash equivalent for it, but if you wanted to bring a partner, am I right in saying, Mark, that you can get half price? Is that what we said? If you wanted to bring a partner with you,
if they want to bring their partner, basically they are. But if they buy a ticket, they're coming each half price, aren't they?
This is it. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Yeah, that's what you meant, wasn't it? Why did I misunderstood that? But yeah, so they're basically only buying one ticket, but they get 2 people.
Or I could say, if they already have a ticket, they can bring their partner because they've now got 2 tickets.
Because they've now got 2. That's it. So definitely enter. And if you know anybody that has been saying that they're interested in coming to the lectures, but they're not here in the stream, then go and get them. Get them in the stream to enter. I can't make the lectures.
Are they online again? And they are online.
Yeah.
You can book a stream-only ticket.
So,
but you've basically got to the end of this week to do that.
There you go. So you got to the end of this week to do that, to go over and book the online lectures. I attended the online lectures it was when COVID was around.
Yeah,
and I really liked that.
We did it from my shed in the garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know we had 100 people log into that?
Did you really? It was really good though.
Yeah. I know we had a captive audience because nobody could go anywhere and meet anybody, but that's we've never wanted to sort of stream or video, but anything about the lectures because it was all about being there and being social. Yeah. But then we did the special sort of one-off online COVID event, and we see there were so many people. We thought, it'd be a good idea. We'll try it again next year. And the following year, we had like 2 people. and it's been a bit. It has been a bit disappointing that the people, are not taking up the live stream option, but we're still doing it, and hopefully more people could join in this year.
You spell it wrong, Angel or Tom. I don't know who it is.
That's wrong.
Spelt the lectures wrong.
Yep. Get it in again. Go on. Yeah, definitely do have a look, Andy. Because I really enjoyed it. I remember, because wasn't it on Mother's Day? Yeah, it's Mother's Day. They're like, I'm like this. Go away! I'm watching.
It would have been round about the normal time we do them.
Yeah. It was during lockdown though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was March.
It was because it was just after my birthday, and then Mother's Day. I'm sure it was, yeah. But just all day, like, yeah, I'm watching. Okay. So have we got 5 entries now? Ooh, exciting!
Even
the cat's not happy. Yeah.
When it moves bedtime.
Yes, she's not happy.
She shouts at me to go to bed, and she shouts at me when I don't get up in the morning.
Yeah,
that's it. we have our neighbour's cat come in our house occasionally, and he's pretty cool. He's quite funny.
I think it must be a Bengal thing, Ray.
Yeah, it is.
Gabriel.
She's a Bengal.
It's a slow, yeah.
And you've got one of here.
Yeah.
And they are so vocal.
Yeah.
And they need so much attention. It's like it is. We haven't got children, but as I say, I would imagine it's like having a baby because it drives you
constantly.
She's sitting down.
Thankfully, this year's lectures are not on my wife's birthday.
When's your wife's birthday?
Well, that's next.
Not on the day the lectures are.
Well, that's a shame, guys, because you've already booked.
Well, at least book it next year, isn't it? Like, sort out next year.
Okay, so has everybody done what they need to do to be able to enter this giveaway? I'm sure there's people comment saying, yeah, already on both pages. Yeah. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have we done that? Did you put that in the chat, Jerimie? I don't know. The YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on one second.
That's okay.
I will do that now.
They all look so similar, don't they?
There's
there you go. So if you head, just follow that link and then subscribe.
I promise I'm not sending any dodgy links.
It's not a dodgy link. No, don't worry.
It's not a malware link.
Is it? That is. Oh god.
Don't worry.
I'm just now wondering whether it's the right link.
Well, for your channel, right?
It must be something because they're coming in.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We are watching.
Shall I pop?
We are watching. We're watching you.
Guy's still listening. Guy, if you win, can you bring Stuart with you? Get Stuart out of bed and he could come with you.
Oh no, I think that link brings us to this live stream.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It's all right.
Acknowledge.
Don't panic.
I'm panicking.
It might have been me who might have given you that.
There we go. That's better.
There we go.
Sorry, guys. I didn't put malware, but I did put the wrong link. I apologize.
That was my channel you put.
Wait, what channel am I supposed to put?
So British Tarantula Society has got a channel on Facebook. Sorry, YouTube, look. I think it's bedtime for us all.
It's been a long day.
It has. But now I can't find. Oh, there
Well,
it
you could
is.
just dispense with the BTS YouTube channel and just do it.
Yeah.
Trying to find the channel now. There we go.
I've got it. You got
Wait.
it. Have you got it?
It's the top one, right? This is just double check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah. The British Tarantula Society, yeah. It's not got very many subscribers, but then it's not regularly used, is it? We don't upload on there, but things may change. Things may change.
There we go. Time to charm.
There you go. There you
hope.
go.
Please be right.
Yes. Well, you know what? It's always got to be third time lucky, hey?
Oh, I need another cup of coffee.
Oh, don't worry, Jerimie. You've had a long day. Right. Ooh. Okay. Are we all done? BTS lectures, yes. Ooh.
Okay, so agreeing is better, thank God. Okay.
That's bad stuff now. Awesome stuff. Okay, guys. I think we are ready. So everybody's got to follow on Instagram, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then comment #BTS lectures. Have we all done that? Are the numbers going up, did you say, Mark?
About 5 or 6 people.
Oh,
So it must
okay.
be
That's
pretty much there.
Yep.
6 entries, so it matches.
Yep.
At least I
There
think
you
it's...
go. Huh?
Yeah, it is 6. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to draw it. Good luck, everybody. Drum roll, please. He's got to win. Amy's Web!
Congratulations.
Very nearly, Jerimie. Very nearly you.
So close.
Amy's Web, congratulations. You just won yourself a ticket to not only just the lectures, but the dinner as well after, which is absolutely amazing. Food was incredible. Yay! So again, Mark, would that be you sorting that out?
Yeah. So just get Amy to email Kim.
Yep.
So we can add her full correct name to the lectures list. We will then basically send her all the information out, which goes out this week to everybody. She can make her menu choices. If she needs to book a hotel room, there is a link on the BTS website, and then she can turn up on the Friday as well. There's a few of us there Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let us know. We'll add her to the list, and then when she turns up on the day, just tells us her name. We give her a wristband, and she can spend the day enjoying it with everybody else.
Woohoo! It'd be so good to see you there, Amy. It really would. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Okay. That's so wicked. Awesome stuff. So yeah, amazing giveaway prizes there for everybody, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody on the BTS committee for putting these prizes forward as donations, because I didn't beg them for it or anything like that. They just was like, hey, yeah, we can do this, and that's fantastic. Thank you so much for allowing me to give them away on my channel as well. And also, people, make sure that you are subscribed to Jerimie, because he's amazing. Make sure that you are subscribed to him, and you're also following him on all of his social media platforms. Jerimie, have you got a LinkTree?
No, I do not. I need to
to make yourself a LinkTree and get all of your social media platforms on it. then it's just
Yeah.
one click for everybody,
The
isn't it?
Your platform is probably Facebook. I need to make a Facebook page because setting on Facebook groups is a bit bad now.
Yeah.
I PM'd everyone. No, you PM'd the page.
You PM the page. Yes, it's in Bristol. Yeah. It's at the Village Hotel. It's a beautiful hotel. It really is, yeah. It's got a gym, it's got a swimming pool. Next weekend.
Seriously,
Weekend after.
I remember it felt like yesterday.
She's so excited. Okay, awesome stuff. So is there anything else that we need to talk about, or anybody got any other questions for us, or are we just going to wrap this up now, because it is, what are we now, 10 o'clock nearly? Wow. Okay. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. It's been good.
Yeah.
Really good fun.
Thank you for coming on. And like I said, yeah, we should definitely do it again a bit closer to the show, maybe, because yeah, you'll have more information that you'll be able to share with everybody, and that would be really cool. Like, we can have traders list, I can do an advert, all of that kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll get all that sorted, and literally a couple of weeks before the show, we'll have a traders list online, and we can, you know, and people who are coming.
So excited.
So it'll be I'd say we've got a lot of new guys this year.
Yeah.
A lot of new guys. The reason being, of course, is that a lot of the European dealers pulled out during COVID and Brexit, etc.
Yeah.
But mainly because of Brexit, I suppose. But the reality is that now we've replaced them all with a lot of smaller guys, and it's nice to have guys with 1 or 2 tables.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
they're breeders, and we love that, because I love people like, you know, Jerimie, who comes along and they breed a little bit of stuff, and they're in the hobby. You know, you can go to like Spider Shop, which are great, get whatever you want, but just having a little shop around the guys with 1 or 2 tables, you find some real absolute diamonds,
gems. Yeah.
in there, you know, and that's what you need to do.
Spiders, there'll be some gems on my table, I'll tell you now. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be popping past your table.
What's really
let
sad,
me.
in all the years, I mean, the last 20 years, I don't think I've actually bought a spider at the BTS show. And that's not because I've taken
it for free.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I just,
We don't get
you know, I mean, we all know this. It sounds really corny, but we, and you know this from last year, Amy. You spend so much time and effort on the show itself, on the day. It suddenly goes like that, and before you know it, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and you think, I haven't actually seen anything.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see anything. But hopefully, you know, with the help we get in there and that, it's give us a chance to enjoy the day.
Yeah, that's it.
And I am trying to organise an evening the Saturday night somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. The truth is, as well, if anybody who comes to the show, we had problems this year with booking the hotel that we always stay at on the. I did post this up on Facebook. The Holiday Inn basically messed us around, wouldn't do us the right deal. I wasn't happy with the deal they were offering us, because there were cheaper hotels in the area.
Yeah.
And there still is. And so I basically withdrew from the deal with them. But it does mean that, unfortunately, we can't have the Saturday night pre-meet at that venue. But I am trying to find somewhere. I know a couple of guys in the area, and I'm sure we'll come up with something.
I'm sure you will. I have every faith that you will.
Well, if not, we'll find somewhere to drink anyway. That's fine.
Yeah, we just go to corner shop. That's it.
Yeah, it won't be the first time Mark's bought something out of a corner shop and sat under a bridge drinking it.
I deny that.
No comment. But no, it has been really good. And if everyone's finished and we're good.
Yeah, I think we are. So the chat just saying a huge thank you. Very interesting stream. Very much enjoyed the stories. Really good. Thanks to the BTS committee for everything. Looking forward to the show. Great stream. Great stream. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody. Look out for episode 3. I'm not telling you who it features yet, but I know who it is myself, and it's going to be so exciting. So yeah, thank you for watching, joining us, and we'll see you.
See you soon.
See you soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's like blanket.